This is Deputy Director of Intelligence Anarchy for the great nation of ELBONIA. As you may be aware, the decadent West has sent many spies into our country. They are aiding the resistance perhaps, but also they are hindering our actual efforts to carry out our plan. They were most notably active in the ruination of our communications. As such, the first 10 minutes of this broadcast were hampered with severe technical issues, and unfortunately, it was lost. However, do not despair. The Ministry of Appropriations Board for Selection of Weapon Systems did take place. For Comrade Rex, we have the Liberator pistol, for which he was spared death from either resistance or high command. Then you have myself, Anarchy, who proposed the Indian National Assault Rifle project, the INSES. Yes, it is technically outside the 1990 bracket, however, we can get it on the chip because the Indian Special Forces and Army are getting rid of it because it was crap. But all Glorious Leader will see is modern assault rifle, so I will not get shot by command or by the resistance, because we won't be able to shoot back at the resistance. As for History of Everything, he unfortunately proposed the FNFAL, which is a perfectly serviceable weapon, and thus the resistance kidnapped his family and tortured them to death, and are now hunting his surviving self through the mountains. And before the rest of this broadcast starts, Comrade Heart Rasher will present to you his entry for the service rifle of the competition. Carry on with broadcast, comrades. Glory to ELBONIA.
I have a plan. So there's a guy in my Discord called Stephen, who's a lovely bloke, and he came up with an absolutely genius suggestion. What you got to remember is if you're going to sit there as a procurement officer in the Elbonian army, is you need to make some money yourself. So what he said is, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the SA-80 A3, or the 85 A3, depending on what you want to call it, right? That is an unquestionably pretty and effective gun. This works really, really well. We're going to buy like 3 of these, okay? We're going to take that to... Sorry?
3?
Oh, have I lost you?
Yeah, you're going to have 3 of these? Why are we buying exactly 3 of these?
Follow me. Right, okay, we're going to have 3 of these. What we're going to do is we're going to take them out, we're going to take them down the range, and we're going to show the Generalissimo what they can do, right? He is going to be so hard he can't stand. And then we're going to go, right, we can't afford these rifles, Generalissimo, but we know that you like them. So instead what we can afford is we can buy a whole bunch of second-hand A1s. Everybody knows about the A1. He's going to go, well, we can't possibly use the A1 because it's completely shit. We are going to have to talk quite quickly at this point or we're going to get shot. We're going to recommend that a local factory does up these guns to the A2 standard, which is 1989, and therefore within our thing. We're going to create jobs locally, and we're going to have a rifle that works. And also, as a benefit to all of us, my cousin's best friend's dog owner's best pal sold me an 80% stake in their arms upgrading business, so we're all going to make an absolute fucking fortune off this deal too, because it's going to cost at least 10 times more to upgrade the rifle than it would to buy in the first place. I think this is genius.
Isn't this just what the British MOD did? Like, isn't this just...
Yeah, pretty much. We're going to play head on shot in this, right? We're H&K in this scenario. And I like it, and this is great, and I appreciate Stephen's input. However, I have a further thought, which is related to it, because if you're going to go bullpup, really, you have to go full bullpup. You have to go back to the original.
The end.
This is... For these that don't know, this is the EM2. Hey, look, it's cute. It's got a fucking bayonet on it, right? This puppy was originally chambered in .280, which is kind of a lightweight round, but it does the job. It probably stopped most things. And it's wooden, so what's not to like? It looks sexy as fuck, and this is the OG. This is the very first bullpup ever to get used by the British Armed Forces. I believe it may be the first by any armed forces. To go as a service rifle. So I think that thing is absolute genius. Now the downside of it is the .28 round is actually shit. It won't stop anything, but it doesn't look like it won't stop anything, and it'll fire fine. So yeah, EM2, that's where I'm going. You can't shoot.
Glorious.
Let the man cook.
Utterly glorious.
Oh, God,
let him cook.
Honestly, sorry, I had to tuck the stream down. I had to shut down Steam because apparently my Steam notifications are on. But yes, behold, You know what? I think the SA-80 argument gets you out of it. I don't think El Generalissimo is going to buy this one, though. Look, No.
Yes, he will. It's got pizzazz. It's got pizzazz.
It's got stage.
It does, and it has the stabby.
It has a stereo on the end of it.
Like, you know, when you run out of bullets, you just start running through the enemies of Elbonia in a last bayonet charge.
I must admit, the furniture does look quite nice, and it's chambered in 303, isn't it?
Elbonia broke before the guard did.
Oh, there we go. Chat confirmation that Rex is a 40k guy. We have it. We have it on record now. We have it on record. He can't escape now. All right, he doesn't get shot. Lord Hardtrash.
Okay,
he doesn't get shot.
I don't get shot. All right, so I'm pleased not getting shot. This is
who's keeping the tally of who's getting shot here?
I've got to. Don't worry, I'm keeping tally in the background. So far,
good.
This round so far, history of everything. Anarchy and I have all survived, and Rex got shot in the gob. But for being too good, he was killed by the resistance.
No,
that's right.
Shot. I
was going to say I survived. History.
Oh, you survived.
History got shot.
Yeah, I survived. History got shot.
Sorry, man. Let's swap that round then.
So history got shot. Rex survived with the Liberator because it's cool. I survived.
Who the fuck called me a roadie boob?
All right. Well, now we've got the chart up. We've got an actual order to go in.
Okay. So next up's a sniper's rifle, right?
Well, wait. We have chat.
The Hearth Thrasher begin.
Chat has to pick
one. Yeah.
Chat has to pick one.
Chat has to pick one. What are we picking, chat?
Should we put the 4 selections up so that they all have a remembrance?
I'd love to do that, but I've made a slight boo-boo in that I've deleted them, so no.
Okay, so come on. We'll pick the best suggestion. We'll pick the best suggestion from the chat. All right, everyone in chat, start shooting out rifles. Shoot out rifles. Come on, let's go.
We've got SA-80s, M14. Now, M14 is a solid choice, right? That is a solid choice because Generalissimo. I nearly went for it. Because it's a beautiful gun. It looks, look, M14. I think M14, right?
M14 was my second choice as well.
And, I think chat survives. I think chat survives because you could sell.
I think chat survives that.
Oh my god, the M14's, my goodness, it's so beautiful.
Chat survives. It's the M14. All right, M14.
All right.
My second choice was the Sten gun, so you know.
Where's that meme of Kylo Ren just screaming more?
More!
M14.
Although someone picked the AN-94, I like your initiative, but it doesn't fit inside the time frame, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's great, comrade. The resistance might shoot you if you pick the AN-94 though, because it's very good.
Yeah, it is too good actually.
It is too good.
Just really fucking
I've got something fun for the next one.
Just really expensive.
What we're looking for is pressingly adequate.
It's depressingly adequate. Exactly right. That's
what we're looking for.
All right,
today.
so we're doing the sniper rifle next. So who wants to go first?
Well, I think
went first before I can do it again.
Yeah, go first. You got shot last time, so.
So for the sniper rifle, I've gone a bit esoteric, and I picked the Bren.
Ooh.
From that fucking clip in goddamn Siege of Jadottenville. And it's wrong. It's wrong.
Sorry.
You get gulagged.
Yes, but no, hear me out. Generalissimo doesn't know it's wrong. He thinks it's a great movie because it's about
clever jammy dodger.
So
I like that.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, so therefore, the Bren is the perfect sniper rifle for the Generalissimo, and it can be used as a machine gun. But on the flip side, the resistance will not kill me. Because they won't be able to use it properly because it's not a sniper.
And you know what? I take it back, history. I won't kill you because you picked my favorite firearm ever made. So you know what? Well done.
I mean, you can't argue it's not fucking cool, right? I mean, it is.
The Bren.
It's a Bren.
I'm an advocate of Bren Master Race. It is the finest. It is the finest light machine gun ever made, and it's one of the coolest weapons ever made, and I love it. I want to go to Battlefield Vegas to fire it.
I was either going with this or a Bofors 40mm, so you know.
That's not a sniper rifle. That's an artillery piece.
Yes, it is.
You can have a bayonet on a Bren if you're engineering enough.
You can. You absolutely can.
You
Yeah, you
put
just go
whatever you want on
the
the
Crocodile
controller.
Dundee approach with it.
So what do you reckon? He lives?
I reckon, boringly. Do you know what? I reckon he probably does. I reckon he survives.
Yeah,
I
he
have to.
survives.
I think he survives just on the street cred of the brand, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Like,
You just have to put one
Also,
in.
the fact,
You have to put a scope on it.
also the fact I've managed to turn
Like,
the Irish into propaganda.
the moment the
the Irish as
Generalissimo gets to hold a Bren and fire it, he's won over.
Well, he's won over. He's gonna come.
He
on
will
the
be
spot.
nursing a semi for the next 3 weeks
Could you
after
imagine-
firing a Bren.
And you don't get killed by the resistance, because could you imagine trying to maintain 0 on a scope with this thing? Because it's just going to be like hanging off the side, and you've got the carry handle in the way. So you're just having to constantly. And you've got flash hider, the flared flash hider too. So you're just like constantly trying to 0 the scope.
Okay, fine. All right. No, he survives.
He survives.
There's no way around it.
He survives. All right, Rex, your turn.
Comrades, I present to you a weapon that might just redefine what we consider a sniper rifle. Please allow me to introduce the PTRS-41 anti-tank rifle. Now I know what you're thinking. This isn't your average
Hang on.
weapon.
You need to grab
Oh.
the right thing from the PNG park and stick it up on the wall so everybody can
Hang
see
on.
it.
Oh,
It is a
hang on.
sniper.
Oh, fuck.
It's a
I've
sniper
got a PNG park wall.
Exit Control X and Control V onto slide 3.
Well, there we go. Let me make this a bit bigger so that people can see it's.
Oh, look at
Majesty.
look at that! Oh,
Look at it. This is
And you just love it when when your gas system just explodes, overpressure.
Look, originally designed to take out tanks, it does fire a 14.5 mil round that can penetrate armor up to 40 mil thick at 100 meters. In urban warfare, where enemies often hide behind walls, vehicles, people, sandbags, the PTRS-41 turns those defenses into suggestions. Our snipers won't be finding targets. They will be reducing them into a fine mist through any obstacle, basically.
Great minds.
I will admit, it isn't for every sniper out there. It is more of a specialized tool, shall we say. It has a bit of a kick, but isn't that what makes it perfect for Elbonia? We don't do things the conventional way. We do them the Elbonian way, and that means thinking outside the box and sometimes obliterating the box. With high penetrating armor piercing rounds.
Just for context, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon in the chat. Vasily Zaitsev, the famous hero of the Soviet Union sniper, recommended that his sniper teams carry this weapon on expeditionary patrols because they used it to take out bunkers. All right,
Yeah.
It's completely impractical, and you think it looks magazine fed, but it's it's not a magazine. It is very similar to the M1 Garand. You have to load fucking gigantically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I would also say it
can
has
you put a
great psychological impact.
bayonet on it. but can
We
you
are
put a
speaking
bayonet
with
on it?
some of our greatest artificers, and we are debating about mounting a broadsword, not necessarily a bayonet, owing to its size.
You got a rifle like that.
Either way, we will be able to stab people with it in the near to distant future.
I mean, look, honestly, I think the Generalissimo is going to take one look at that, hear it fire, and he's just going to order 100 of the damn things. I can't see him not.
Look. You see? Okay, right? Okay, you're a sniper. You're a sniper.
The question is the resist.
Yeah, I don't know how cool the resistance is going to be with that, man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Okay, low magazine count. The recoil will kill a small child or even a small adult. It's incredibly heavy. So
yeah, but you are
relocating a sniper team.
You are essentially going to bisect their children, grandparents, and themselves when they get shot with this thing. You're going to cut everybody in half.
Not to mention,
I think the resistance.
Oh wait,
I think
Look,
the resistance. I think the resistance might actually shoot him. The simple reason is a lot of armor and a lot of weapon systems that the resistance will feasibly use to take us on in the glorious People's Revolution. The PTRS will go through the technicals and the BTRs and stuff that we that
It'll go through several of them. Let's be honest.
Chris Bianchi has also said in chat that it could also double as Albonian artillery.
Yeah,
That's true.
What do you reckon, chat? Does he get killed by the Glorious People's Resistance? I think he might. I think
the Resistance is murdering him.
Yeah, do you think he got killed by the Resistance, everyone?
I'm afraid I'm making a call. That's dead.
It is an excellent choice. It is an excellent choice, but
I'm dead.
All right, dude.
Okay.
No.
I think I've got it. I've got it. Ladies and gentlemen, variations thereupon. I have a great idea, and I thought I was wondering to myself, what kind of weapon system could I convince our glorious leader to buy? What will do the job good enough or well enough that I will be able to pass Generalissimo, but it will also be so terrible and such a pain in the ass that the Resistance won't kill me. And then I came to me. Ladies, gentlemen, variations thereupon, I present to you the Zastava M76. Now, the more observant among you will note some familiar features. Can anyone see what those familiar features might be? It is essentially an AK. Now, this
it's a wish.com AK.
It's a wish.com AK. So the birth of this is actually quite interesting. So, Zastava in Serbia was part of communist Yugoslavia at the time, and they were trying to build a designated marksman rifle. But the problem was, things with the Soviets weren't exactly Jozu. They weren't exactly cool with the whole Tito-Stalin relations. I think things weren't exactly great. Plus, there was also the cost factor to consider. They couldn't afford to buy Dragunovs. They couldn't get Dragunovs. All right.
I mean, it looks Dragunov-esque, doesn't it? Because of the scope.
Yeah. It's got the same scope as a Dragunov, but they couldn't actually acquire Dragunovs. So what they did was they took an AK, like a standard AKM, gave it a longer barrel with a compensator, as you can see, kept the same gas block system, everything, but then you run into a new problem. There you go, someone in chat's got it. The 7.62 by 39 round that the Soviets use, or the 7.54, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, is not good enough at long range, so they needed to rechamber it. And so this is an AK with a modified long barrel and a scope from a Dragunov, a cheap-ass Russian scope from a Dragunov, chambered in 7.92 Mauser.
Ooh. Spicy. Wow.
So it will.
That is kind of genius.
And the great thing about it is, it has the same issues. It has the upright muzzle climb and bad MOA for you gun nerds out there that the AK does, but it overcomes that slightly with the Mauser round. So we have something that Generalissimo will see. It'll see big sniper rifle with big scope. Look how great this is. Fire it, and it will do the job decently well. And then we have to explain to him that it's a cheap knockoff AK, or we have to explain to Resistance rather that it's a cheap knockoff AK, and we have to set up an entirely new factory to make 7.92 Mauser because it doesn't fit any of the other shit we have.
Fantastic.
I think it's fantastic. I think the Resistance are going to be quite happy with your choices there. I don't know. Is Generalissimo going to go for like a whole factory? I think he probably will. I think he's looking at that thinking that looks shit hot.
Yeah.
What happens when
can you get a big sword on it?
Yeah, you can see it still has the AK bayonet lug, so you can fit the bayonet to it, and it still has the mounting because it's got the same sort of basic setup as the RPK. You can even put a bipod on it. You can make this thing tactical as fuck, and Generalissimo will love it. And then we have to explain to him that we have to set up an entirely new supply chain for our fucking ammo.
That's genius. Okay, all right. No, I mean, I don't think I can argue that. I think he's going to survive, don't you?
Yep.
I
survive, I think. What do you think, Rex?
Well, yeah, no, he lives.
He lives. Okay.
I think from both sides, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think anybody kills him. Sadly, it's very boring. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start just grabbing these. I'm going to stick them in your thing. So to speak. Whoever misses. Right. Okay. So, well, look. I'll be honest. I screwed this one up because I didn't actually pick a sniper's rifle per se, but I was having a think about what would the Generalissimo like, and what would I like. And really, if you want to, really, this is Rex. I think you started this rot because you decided to pick an anti-material rifle. Well, I've gone one better.
Oh my god!
You cannot, if you want to remove an object from your sight, ever overlook the Fiat. For those that are unaware, this is a clockwork anti-tank gun. Is a strong word. Anti-tank weapon. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Cocked using both legs, you pull basically a spring back, it double locks, and then you lie down about 2 yards away from your tank and you pull the trigger, and the big pointy thing goes towards the bad guy. And sometimes it even worked. Well, Panzer 3 was pretty fucked. Panzer 4, maybe. Tiger, you're going to die.
Tiger laughs.
Although, hilariously, at Market Garden, somebody did actually take out a Tiger with one of these. I mean, it took 4 shots, but they did take out the Tiger.
Major Thomas
As a sniper rifle.
He still did it.
He still did it. As a sniper rifle, I think you could probably get a telescopic sight on the top if you really wanted to. I'm not sure why you'd need one, because it can only fire about 30 yards. But I think Generalissimo is going to see this thing demonstrated in front of him and go, sod the sniper's rifle, I want that.
Can I just interject? It's not usually a good sniper if the person about to get shot can hear it being manually cocked.
I mean, it's not so much
at a distance of less than 30 yards.
Yeah, the problem isn't so much the gun being cocked as the fact that a guy with a pistol could quite easily take you out before you can take him out.
Yep.
Nah, you're dying, Thrasher. I'm sorry. There is no way. There is no way we could sell this.
You're not even executed at dawn. You're just like taken out back and shot at the end of the briefing. You're just gone.
I think. This is.
So what'll happen? What'll happen is the Piat will flop out of the tube, explode in front of him, and kill him.
Yeah, killed by his own weapon.
You're not even getting shot. You're just getting beaten to death like that poor guy in Just Cause 3 when the general has his tantrum.
No. We're gonna go the Juche way. We're gonna do the Kim Jong thing. We're gonna execute him by an AA gun. We're just gonna stick him at the end of the.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, there we go. Yes.
Okay, I've been AA gunned to death. Great. Okay. Screw you all, frankly.
And the resistance just go good riddance.
I can't believe
the resistance put a monument up. The resistance puts a monument up.
Just a monument up to the spigot, not to him though. Just to the weapon.
It's a monument to the Piat.
Oh my god! I can't believe my trusty Piat got me killed. Dead every trooper ever. Right. Okay. Fine. Chat. You have the opportunity. So scores on the doors. Let's quickly grab that. Scores on the doors are when it loads up. I've been killed. Rex got killed. Anarchy with his frankly ridiculous AK thing survived. Everything survived. Not quite sure how.
Bren
got you through. I mean, dude, seriously, the fuck. But it did get you through. So okay, fair play. Chat, what are we going for? If you had a sniper's rifle, first person say Dragonov gets dragged out the back and
I actually like Bjorn. I actually like Bjorn's suggestion. I was talking to Laserpick about this the other night. The Steyr IWS 2000.
Yes, 2000. Yeah.
Is a rifle that is chambered in, I think it's like 20mm armor-piercing, fin-stabilized discarding sabot rounds.
That fucking thing! Oh man,
we could pitch that to General Isimo, and then we can only afford 4 of them, so the resistance doesn't kill us.
Once you've fired the 12 shots, that's it. You're never getting any more ever.
There are people in the chat suggesting Martini Henry.
Yeah, I see a Martini Henry. I can't fault it, right? I mean, that is a classic gun, but you're definitely going to die.
The VSS Ventores, again, could be cool, but I don't think it will fly because it won't be really good as a sniper rifle, even though it's got a sniper optic and such, because it's used as subsonic round, so it drops off. And the other thing is, it's actually really good at close quarter special operations. So the hit squads that we send after the resistance will suffer at its hands. So the Ventores is out. The L42A1 is a
suggestion,
good
and I want chat to die just because it's getting suggested.
Yeah, I don't.
Somebody said 16-inch 50 caliber rifles. That yes, I also like using battleship grade weapons.
Chat dies. Chat's dead.
Chat's dead. Okay, all right.
Chat's
Cool,
dead.
chat. No worries.
Sorry.
The Elbonian people have been executed this day.
We have shot the Elbonian
We shot the
people.
Albanian people. Okay.
I mean, that's
fine.
what we were going to do anyway.
I mean, glory to Albonia. What am I saying?
Glory to Albania. Long live Albania.
Glory to Albonia.
All right, I want to see the
You
tank.
either got shot with a Bren or you got shot.
Okay.
History
Right, history of everything. You are up first, as we've decided that's the order we're going in. What is your tank of choice? Or doesn't have to be a tank.
Hang on, are we going for tank or artillery?
Pick a tank.
Tank
Tank
first.
first, artillery second.
So I have so many layers as to why I picked this.
Mhm.
This is the Ratel IFV.
Oh,
It's South African.
oh
Hang on.
no.
It has a
Not-
90. It has
Not on
options.
screen yet, bud. Have you got it?
It has options.
There we are.
You can either
Oh.
have a 90 mil gun, you can have a 20 mil gun with Milans, you can have a mortar in it, or you can have the command vehicle, which has air conditioning and no gun.
It
The thing
speaks
is,
to me of African
Albania's-
dictator. It really does.
Does it
Yes.
come with
The
fire
generals
suppression
will love it.
equipment as standard, or do we have to pay for that extra?
You have to pay extra. However, the thing is,
God damn it.
Albonia is covered in mud. So you can sell this to the Generalissimo as being fantastic because it's covered in mud and it's fantastic. But the thing is so heavy, it'll sink all the time, so the resistance won't get mad, and they'll get new houses. They have air conditioning in them.
Wait, he's got aircon?
and it's road
Yeah,
legal
look at
too.
it.
It's road legal too.
Oh,
because
It's road legal.
it's
And
road
it can go 120 k's an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, on behalf of the Generalissimo, I need to ask a couple of important questions here. Is there a spoiler attachment?
Of course.
Can I get like 15 headlights mounted on that front panel?
You absolutely can.
Oh, so we're going like Group B rally.
yeah.
Oh
Ratel?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, well, big group.
We need to get the
You
martini
need to look,
sponsorship stripes down the middle. You know.
Nah, we need those. We need those new build Russian Kamaz trucks. You know when they all died in Ukraine
Yes.
because the hydraulic
Yep.
actuating system on their suspension didn't work, so they got stuck. What we need is that rig to this thing, so we can have like a low rider, so it can sort of bounce. You know, like. Like, we gotta.
The best part about this thing is there's so many attachments for the guns that there'll never be a clear supply chain, but they all are cool. And there's air conditioning. So the Generalissimo's all for it.
I hate to say it, but I think history lives.
I'm very annoyed by this.
Like, I don't think the Generalissimo is going to shoot him, but how
I think
sneaky
the
is he?
resistance might.
No, see, the thing is, that it's so heavy that it can't get through the mud, and it's air conditioned. So it's just giving the resistance new homes with air conditioning.
Somebody said, does it have ground effect?
That's a chunky
Okay.
boy.
Oh, fine. Screw you. We don't kill you. Oh, so boring.
Yeah, he
Right.
gets to live. He
Gets
gets to live. I think.
Ah.
Ooh, you know what? If I'm looking at this side chat right, I think Rex might live too, because I think I see something epic. All right, Rex, go.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
Rex.
okay. Hang on, hang on. I'm used to having like multiple computers. Oh my god! Hang on. I need to drag. Hang on. Control X. Okay.
Oh, I
here we
know
go.
what you've gone for.
I know.
Alright, I've got my speech ready as well.
Second-hand car salesman comes to the fore.
So today I bring you a tank like no other. A tank so advanced, so unique that it might even be from the future. And today, to everyone, I pasted it in my own PowerPoint. Let's not do that.
That won't work.
And today, to everyone, I present the Object 279.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you, comrades, the Object 279 is not just a tank. It is the epitome of Stalin's bias, or Khrushchev's bias, technically. It is designed to survive a nuclear blast. You heard that right. In the event of an atomic explosion, the tank will keep rolling even if the people inside don't. But that's not all. It has not one, not two, but four sets of tracks with fuel tanks interspersed between them. Because 2 tracks are for regular tanks, and this super tank needs 4. And Elbonia is all about having super things, right? Yes.
Right. I'm making it. I'm in bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger. It needs to be bigger. Yes. Big. Now, speaking of big, this thick, chunky boy is armed with a long barrel 130mm cannon that will penetrate the thickest of armors. We're talking, thick with 7 C's here. You've got
120mm cannon.
Yeah, exactly. And it is thanks to the beautiful curvaceous form of the 279. It is nearly impervious to any sort of shot, frontally, sidely, toply, bottomly. I have seen in testing many high explosive bombs land on it, and it has shrugged them off as if somebody had modeled its armor properties with magical numbers. Admittedly, only a single prototype was ever produced in the Soviet Union, but we have managed to acquire, through the Albanian Secret Service, some secret documents and blueprints which will allow us to produce many of these tanks, provided we can source the raw materials for it.
I believe there are 1 or 2 slight hitches that the Generalissimo may not be aware of, namely that it's actually running on 4 sets of tracks, not 2. And the gearbox in that gets turned into Swiss cheese in about 30 seconds of running.
Admittedly, yes, the gearbox does not. The gearbox isn't happy with the fact that it weighs 60 tons, but I think the resistance will like that. And also, if we only do very short test drive demonstrations and mainly demonstrate the firepower of the gun,
static testing. That's the way forward.
Yeah, if we do static explosion testing,
just bomb it a lot. Yeah.
Bomb it. Maybe put a peasant inside it to prove that the tank can survive even when the crew doesn't,
Strap a political prisoner to it. Job's a good one, right?
Exactly.
We have no shortage
because
of
those. Thrasher, you have provided the conditions for him to live.
Look, at the end of the day, this tank, at the end of the day, it isn't just a weapon. The Object 279 is a statement. We might be slow, we might be heavy, but good luck trying to actually fucking stop us, right? It's it can survive a nuke. It's fine.
I mean, a modern top-down anti-tank weapon is going to toss that turret real good.
Exactly. And also, the Resistance are aware of the existence of things like, Molotov cocktails, and, the fuel tanks are pretty big on this thing.
And super vulnerable.
Again, I hate to admit it, but I think Rex lives. I think Rex lives.
Yeah,
because I think you could sell this to El Generalissimo. You could sell it.
Oh, you could sell this so easy to the Generalissimo. Oh my god,
Okay, all right, fine. I think boringly, we have another survivor.
Yes.
I'll show this to PowerPoint Man later, and he'll have a stroke. Could you imagine the economics of trying to run this thing? Just how many sets?
Oh, you just made me snort my wine. Good God!
How do you do the track maintenance on the? How do you do track maintenance on the fucking middle track?
Oh no! You see what you do is you detonate a high explosive bomb next to it to flip it, and then you fix the tracks.
Yeah, right.
So there's a lot of people calling for him to get shot in the chat, but I'm afraid it's a nuclear proof. It's a nuclear-proof tank. I mean, the Generalissimo is going to go for every. He's not going to be able to walk. He's going to be so excited about it. Right. Anarchy, you're up, mate.
Oh. Now, I wrote a fine line here. You see, because I'm in keeping with my I'm for once in one of these streams, I'm being the sensible one, which is kind of off-brand, I know, but I thought, what is the best thing I can do to make this happen? So I looked up obscure main battle tanks that we could look about purchasing. Made in production figures, decent quality, but not too good. And then I had a revelation. There's a country, a wonderful, magnificent country, which we all know and we all love, that does amazing things. If this is the
Bob sample, I shall be not impressed.
No.
Yorkshire?
It's going to be the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that Technicolor rainbow in between, may I present to you the OF-40.
Oh no.
Now,
Oh no!
now,
Why?
on paper, this is a development of the Leopard 1. All right?
Right.
It is a development of the Leopard 1. However, it was made, or rather, it developed under license. Now, they couldn't sell it for export because the Leopard 1 was not authorized for export by this country. So what they did was they took a Leopard 1 as the basic model and then carried on with it and tried to make it just legally distinct enough so they could sell it.
Is this the fucking
You should have got the variant with the Ottomorella 76mm autocannon. That would have been even better.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
right.
the automatic.
Yeah, I was going to put that up because it doubles as our anti-aircraft
Shit
system.
gun.
Okay. So for those of us who don't speak tank, and I don't, and I know a few people in the chat don't either, what the fuck is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I
The
present to
automatic.
you may
show
I
it.
present to you a knockoff of the Leopard 1 made for export by Fiat. Now,
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
now, we all know, everyone who's watched Top Gear is well aware, which is what we owe the existence of these streams to,
Yep.
Yes.
that Italy invented electronics and engine reliability, as we know.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
so,
yeah. Many times, repeatedly invented.
however, they didn't have, because all of the stuff in the Leopard and all that sort of thing in the Leopard 2 are proprietary materials from Rheinmetall, they couldn't do any of the fancy stuff that the Germans do. So this is an OF-40 made in Italy with Fiat electronics, Fiat engines. It does not have a stabilizer, so it can't shoot on the move.
It's very hard to see how this could go wrong. I mean, a slight rain shower and that thing is going to rust to fuck.
Oh, yeah, it gets even better, because
Beautiful.
you all have no idea how right you are, Thrasher. Because they don't have access to the other NATO proprietary materials like Vickers or Rheinmetall or General Dynamics, there is no composites or anything. It is rolled homogeneous steel with spaced
Oh, nice.
plates all the way along. So it has no armor,
So it's old school.
no stabilizer. It's slower than a Leopard, and it has electrics and computer systems and all the high technology on it. Is made by Italians, and it comes with an anti-aircraft variant, which is so epic. I just have to put it here, ladies and gentlemen. Behold.
Oh my
Automatic.
God.
Yes.
The
I would
automatic.
like to point
It's
out-
beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Now,
I love it.
now, I want to point out the automatic. That weapon that is on that tank is the same as the main weapon, not the missile, the main gun that is on an Oliver Hazard Perry class frigate.
The
Wow.
105mm rifled gun.
And this one is a 76mm high velocity anti-air gun. With
Oh, is that one? Is it? Oh god.
Yeah, so somebody's made a fair point. I'm not sure we have the budget for AAA, but
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're not. This is the AAA version. I'm only arguing the tank with options on the AAA. Should we get the contract?
okay,
I mean,
okay.
depending
Yeah.
on how advanced Albonia's neighbors are, the AAA version could also just be used as the tank version.
Yeah. See, I think you need to pick which one of those things you want to go for, and if you're saying the tank, that's fine. Look, I mean, honestly, the general listener is going to look at it and go, looks like a tank. It's okay.
No,
I
he's
guess.
going to go, it's an Italian sports car.
Well, if you paint it red,
He's going to go power.
No, I'm gonna. That's my plan with the Generalissimo. I'm gonna sell it to him and be like, this is just your bog standard, state of the art tank. And when the Resistance come asking, I'm gonna say, guys, it doesn't
just throw
have
a bucket
any.
of water at it.
It doesn't have any of the
It's a
technology
ball.
that the other NATO tanks have. All you have to do, actually, you know what? You know those PTRSs that idiot Rex tried to sell to the government the other few years back? Grab one of those and shoot at that. It'll work. You'll be fine. Like it'll break down the maintenance schedule. Or like we'll have 30% operability.
Vindication.
We'll have 30% operability at best. The electrics will be
Yeah.
fucked. And anything you throw at it that's actually slightly anti-tank, like the cheap RPGs we buy from the former Soviet bloc for the Resistance that gets trafficked to them by definitely not Russia, they'll be able to go straight through that tank. No problem at all.
Like a knife through fucking butter.
The thing is, they're not even going to have to because it rains constantly in this year and a half years, so they're going to be rusted by the time that happens.
I think, okay. Look, I think there's going to be a couple of minor modifications to the order. It's going to have to be red. It's going to need light brown seating on the inside and some Ferrari badges on it. But other than that, I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you survived, mate. I can't.
Yeah.
Boringly, can't kill you.
The Navy is what's going to get me killed, but we'll get to that.
So it's funny you should mention the Navy, actually, because I believe it's my go on this thing, and the Navy is quite pertinent. Toward the end of the Second World War, there was a brilliant idea to build the Centurion tank, which you all know actually was pretty good. It was like the world's first main battle tank.
Yeah.
But what we also realised was that the Russians had their really irritating big old
IS-3.
It was IS-2. I can't remember what it IS-3, but big tank. We were all very scared of it. So the British Army decided that they needed to come up with something to take it out, and what they came up with was this, which, strictly speaking, is known as Centurion.
Oh, God's sake.
A4005, my beloved.
5, baby. Now,
boy.
This is a proper Generalissimo's tank, right? I mean, you can't
call that a
fault
tank.
this.
Is a tank.
Oh, look at it.
I mean, look at that. So it's got
Yeah.
your 120mm gun. Frankly, I mean, that's just child's play. This is a 183mm gun, 7.2 inches if you prefer, or as we like to call it, a naval armament, which you shove on the side of this. And there are actually there are metal straps down by the back of the turret there to stop you from ever trying to fire it sideways, because that would end badly for you. As long as you're firing forwards or backwards, you're good. And it's designed to lob shells over the top of your front-running tanks to blow shit up. So actually, I'm not going to enter the artillery round because I've just given you the artillery as well as the tank. And it can act as an infantry fighting vehicle because that big box on the top, you can get about, well, if you don't worry about loading the main gun, you can get at least 10 people in there, no problem at all. The fact that
It would double as a pub, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, you can put components on it.
Definitely.
For sure. It's good for morale. Actually, it's good for morale for the resistance too, because the armor plating on that turret is it's about as thick as a sheet of glass. It's not a bit of splash maybe, but you shoot at it with an AK, it's going straight through. I
think my tin of corned beef has got more armor than that thing does, honestly.
It probably does.
It probably does. But the great thing is, you stick this on the range, and we do one of those static firing tests. I'm walking away with a contract, right? No question.
Oh yeah, no questions asked. Yeah.
You know what? I think, looking at that, first off, can we all lay some appreciation, jocularity aside, for the fact that the Tank Museum is actually trying to restore one of these to running order? Number one.
It's better than I've actually seen it go over some obstacles. It's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, you went to Tank Fest, didn't you?
No, I went to We Have Ways Fest, and they had it running, and I will put video up at some point of it doing that. It's very impressive.
It does double as a school bus, yes, according to the chat they've asked.
Yep.
It can be a school bus.
It can be a school bus.
Definitely a school bus.
Could you imagine
an armed school bus?
Can you imagine our propaganda posters with this though? Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
They paint it in the Embolian colours. I mean, what's not to like?
I mean, the Resistance won't mind either, because we'll get 4 of these things. All they have to do. You want to know how the Resistance beats this thing? When they attack us with their self-propelled gun-mounted technicals, all they have to do is strive faster than 30 kilometers an hour, because then it will outrun the turret rotation.
Easily.
Or they just simply fire around at the rear of the turret and then watch as the small nuclear explosion takes over as the ammo detonates.
Yeah, actually, that is also it's not as big a bang as you might think, because we don't need to point this out to Generalissimo, but it can actually only hold 6 rounds in the turret, because they are fucking huge, and you need
1 round per crew member.
Basically, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. No, because it's actually only got a crew of 4. Because you've got the driver who's in the hull, and then you've got the 3 guys in the turret.
There's not 2 in the hull and 4 in the turret.
No, there's only one on this version. There's only 1 dude in the hull. He's the driver.
Man, poor guy. What a lonely life. That's not good for morale.
you can argue that technically, because it doesn't have a coaxial machine gun, it's not actually a tank, but that's fine because it's an AFV. So screw you.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Thrasher lives.
He does.
Victory is mine.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, yeah, I think he lives as well.
All right.
I think the
All right,
Resistance
now I'll
and
take Chad's
the Generalissimo will be okay with surviving that.
The Resistance is like, that's an easy target. Yeah, we'll deal with that.
All right, chat.
like
What's your
fine.
nomination? What's your
Okay.
nomination,
The
chat?
chat got
Yeah.
They're staying the Rata a lot, the P100.
P1000 rat. It's hard to fault the rat. It's just shocking,
But
looks
it
cool.
wasn't built.
Does chat,
Yeah.
Does chat get to live though? Because like they need to pick something good. Yeah, you guys.
There's a lot of people picking the Sherman. I think.
Oh no! Oh, hang on. Okay, so you got a few rats.
72s, You've got loads of rats. T14, yeah, good shout. T14. Another 72.
M60s.
You know what? Actually, the
Sheridan.
T14. If you guys go with the T14, I think that because
Yeah,
Russia cancelled it, we can get them
It's
on
too soon.
clearance. And it will,
No, sorry, mate. No, it's made after 1990. You can't have it.
yeah, but like at the same time, it's on clearance. Oh, but I guess it is 2020, so like.
Nah, you can't have it. You can't have it. You can have the Argent.
Someone said mouse, they're getting executed.
People keep suggesting the Argent. The Argent.
They keep.
Argent is a strong choice. The Argent Indian tank, which
I've
is
seen six. I've seen 6 mounts.
Stritzwagen 103. Yeah.
Yo, this
you've
is
seen
good
6
choice.
masses,
The
6 masses, and a
Stritzwagen-
bunch of rats.
The Stritzwagen will get you shot by the Resistance because the Stritzwagen is.
Yeah, that would. It's too good.
It's too good.
They're like, my god, it's an impenetrable cheese wedge.
You know what?
Look, I think.
I think you know what I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing the M60, and I think I'm
Yeah,
seeing
all the
M60 a lot.
P1000.
I'm seeing the M60 or the T72 a lot, and I hate to say it, I think chat's dead because both the M60 and
Yeah.
the T72 would be too good for the Resistance.
Would be pretty good. I think we're shooting chat. I'm
Execute
afraid.
Execute the peasants.
Execute the
Execute the
peasants!
Execute the
must
peasants.
die.
For the glory of
Peasants must
Albernia.
Glory for Albernia. Long live Albernia.
Yep.
Goodbye, chat. Right? Oh, we killed somebody. But
You're
it was
going to
chat
the
this time.
gulag.
We need to think of a we need to think of like a good acronym for the sort of like Elbonian Security Council. I'm sure Chat can think of some interesting.
Sure, chat. Chat, do you want to name yourselves as your security council? Come on, we need your help here.
Well, the name
and
for
while we
KGB is
prepare,
Committee of State
And let us
Security.
never look at the comments ever again. Okay. So next up, we're artillery. As I have already explained, I'm not taking part in this round because I've already suggested my artillery piece, and it's fucking
And
beautiful.
he lives.
And you live, yeah. That's fair. Okay, so who wants to go first?
I'm also not going to suggest it
As
because
for
we have
History.
actually. Well, hang on before you get too carried away. I'm just going to point out. Oh no, carry on. No, do your thing, history.
okay, so this is the G6 Rhino.
Hey, look at that.
Ooh, bold choice.
That is. It does look like something out of a '90s children's TV thing, like made by the
It is
Japanese.
also from South Africa.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously.
obviously.
It's a significant gun, and it has a 155mm howitzer. So Generalissimo is just going to be rock hard when it fires.
Okay.
The thing is,
The thing is,
it's heavy.
yeah.
It's heavy as fuck. So like he'll get
Yeah.
to watch it fire, and he'll think like, "Oh, this is cool." He'll be so hard seeing the size of the gunfire and the fact it can spin a bit. He'll say yes, but then it'll go out into the field. It'll try and drive around the mud flaps, just get completely sunk. All the mud will get into the electrics because it's not sealed as well as it should be. And where the hell are they going to get 155mm shells from properly?
I don't know, mate. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm worried about. I think
Yeah, I
the,
think
the
it's-
Resistance might not.
Resistors are going to look at that and they're going to fucking shoot your ass. They're going to drag you out in the
But,
field.
but
They're
how
James
Bond-
vulnerable?
won't get out
How
of the base 'cause
vulnerable
it's
would
so
this
heavy.
vehicle be to partisan forces?
Oh, very ridiculously so.
So, like, that might
could
tip the
literally-
balance in his favor with the resistance. Like, yeah, it's good, but it's
gonna
also
literally-
easy to kill.
It's going to be the equivalent of driving into Caboolture with a truckload full of copper wire. That thing's not surviving.
And for the chat that don't understand that, okay, like, if you're going into Caboolture with a truck full of copper wiring, it's like walking into a club with cocaine leaking out of your bag.
This thing's not getting out of the base.
No.
Look,
And they cost too much for fuel to actually run to get out of the base properly. So
It's
they
like-
just look nice
it's like-
and then they die.
it's like Florida, you know, like this thing is a pile of catalytic converters. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We're
Really,
we're,
General
we're a
Listener
bit
will love it.
we're a bit divided though. We're a bit divided because I think it's like 2 for 2. So, chat, we're gonna have a vote. Can we have one
Yeah.
for he lives or 2 he dies? 1 he lives. 2
Yeah,
he
one's
dies.
for lives, 2 he dies. Yeah.
And now we wait
They
30
didn't vote
seconds.
for death because they want to.
Well, I'm gonna help kick things off. There we are.
1 he lives, 2 he dies.
They're all going to vote.
One,
They're all going to vote
two,
death because they're bastards.
3,
It was
3,
executed
2,
through times.
steady equal. Oh, no, more deads. No, dead equal. He's voted. Yeah.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh no, there we go.
Oh,
That's
no,
what I killed. He's gone. They have ripped your ghoulies off, I'm afraid.
Oh god, do we just flip a coin? Oh
Yeah,
no, I
it's
think it's
all
all
one.
one.
relatively even.
Oh
Does it
god,
help if you
who
can,
put
if you can take the
3?
gun out and
It's
use?
starting. It's
You can
starting
take
to
the
go.
gun out and use this as a school bus.
Okay, it's starting. Ooh, it's dead even. It's,
69. No, that doesn't count. A quarter doesn't count either.
What if I just get tortured a bit?
Yeah, okay. Well, I tell you what. We're not going to kill him. We're going to send.
You're gonna send him to the gulag.
That seems like a ridiculous.
You will be you'll be in charge of the team that gets to maintain the newest Elbonian generation of RBMK reactors.
So I think what we do for history is we put a star next to his name, but we put the skeleton over the top of the star. Like, you know, it's a bit iffy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
Yeah,
Are we allowed to say the term democratic in this stream? Is that
Absolutely not.
Does
We're the
Elbonia
Absolutely
People's
not.
Democratic
support
Republic.
democratic ideals?
We're the
Yeah,
People's
we are.
Democratic
Yeah,
Republic.
We are the
okay.
People's Democratic Republic of Albania, so obviously we support democratics.
intensifies.
Speaking
Right.
of that, do you want to play Helldivers later, Rex?
Sign me up.
Okay, so we've done history. Rex, you're next, my friend. What have you got in? In the kit
Hang
bag.
on. I think I. You see,
Nope.
I do kind of want to go next, but I've also. Oh no! Did I close the link to the bloody PowerPoint presentation?
Well, I've got it.
I
I've got
did.
it.
Hang on. Send it to me. Hang on.
I can send it to you again whilst we're chatting, because actually I've realised I do
Yeah.
want to enter the artillery round. I have a genius idea.
Oh no! Yeah, just want to use DM it to me in Discord real quick before chat gets bored.
No worries. I'll send you the thing in the background.
Yeah, I think I want to, because I think someone else has got possibly the same suggestion as me or the same topic.
Possibly.
No, mine's a bit different.
Well, Marky, why don't you go next whilst I send Rex the link and he can get himself back in again?
All right.
Yes, that'd be
Ladies and gentlemen,
good. Marky,
boys and
you go.
girls. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and variations
Touche.
thereupon, I am a believer in a great many things. I believe in freedom and democracy.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
But you want to know what I also believe in? Fire superiority. Now, I think the best option for us is, when it comes to artillery, the Soviets know their business. It's one of the
They
few
do.
areas
You can't
where they
argue
know
that.
their business. In which case,
Yeah.
I vote for the 2v1. Now.
Oh, we're going down this route today. Yep, here we go. Right. Yep.
All right. Now, you see, the thing is, in the briefing, it said Generalissimo likes the bigger, the better. Well, I thought that we needed to have a self-propelled gun because this is the modern age, and we need to be practical. Self-propelled is the only way we are going to be able to do things.
I don't think you can describe this as practical.
Yeah, well, you see, it's self-propelled. It's mobile. However, it's also a really, really big gun. Like if you want to hit something far away, this is
What
you
caliber are
use.
we talking?
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
well,
a
how big is that thing?
This is a 420 millimeter cannon.
Holy shit!
Now it is capable
beautiful.
theoretically of firing atomic munitions. Technically, this was the weapon system designed to fire Soviet nuclear artillery shells. However,
Which is a praise.
it was redirected as battalion support tactical artillery for assaulting the Fulda Gap.
Did they actually build this?
Yes, it is. It did see service.
Okay, so this isn't just a drawing. Okay,
This isn't
all
just
right.
a drawing.
No,
It
it's
is.
real.
It is the 2B1 Oka.
Okay.
It was a 420
gorgeous.
millimeter self-propelled artillery.
I mean, it's compensating for something. Let's be honest. Look, I mean,
It's the Soviet Union, of course it is.
so presumably you're firing this because you couldn't fire it like that. You just wind up going backwards about 10 miles.
Well, there you
So
see.
presumably you're
This
firing this
actually
up at an angle.
This thing has a fire rate, an incredible fire rate, a far faster fire rate than those stupid, filthy German designs from the 1940s on railways. No, my dear friends. This can fire one round every 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. So with that kind of fire rate, you are spoiling
Slow
it.
down here, buddy.
Yeah, my guy. It is a very fast-firing weapon system for the size of the gun. And
How heavy a shell is that?
it's
Big.
as I said, it's a 420 millimeter shell.
Got to be quarter of a ton.
Got to be well, more, I would have thought.
Yeah, 200, 300 kilo easy.
It's the same kind of. It's about the same kind of shell as an Iowa class battleship.
I was going to say, somebody in the comments just said the USS Iowa. I'm like, yeah, they've just mounted an Iowa gun on
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it actually is more sort of like a self-propelled mortar, which
I was
I
going to say, you're going to be firing that at quite an angle, aren't you? You're not
So
firing
it's a
that
mortar
flat.
that's taken a lot of Viagra, though. Like, it's a long barrel.
Yeah,
This is why I keep
ha-
getting pilot advertisements.
yeah, so I'll put the shell up on screen for all of y'all. There you go.
Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a big boy. Look at that.
It's a deeply impressive
But it's
bit
not
of
as big as I
kit.
thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, yeah.
It's a big boy.
Generalissimo is saying yes to this.
As I said, it also
I-
can fire atomic munitions. Now, it does have a couple of drawbacks, but I don't think Generalissimo needs to concern himself with them. Primarily transporting, it's a pain in the ass, as you can see by the metric of its size. It is maneuverable. However, even though it has absolutely no armor at all, it does have a combat weight of 55 tons.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's its combat weight
Good
weight and
lord.
ground pressure is 55 tons.
Holy shit! And then you're going to fire your thing on top of you. You are sinking into the bowels of Embolia.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
civil engineers hate him.
There was also one other issue in the sense that the recoil of the weapon was so strong it would actually shatter the drive sprockets on the tracks if they weren't maintained properly.
Wow.
And it
Yeah, which they
also
wouldn't have been.
it also had the ever so slight problem of shattering the gearbox, but we can work that out. We have superior Elbonian engineering.
With our titanium and mud alloy that we're going to produce. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, the rounds, I found the weight of the rounds. The rounds were 750 kilos, or almost 2,000 pound weight rounds.
That's a big boy now.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Like, when Generalissimo sees this,
Heavy.
like, I'm going to point at this and being like, not only this, comrade, it will work for our nuclear program as well. This is a weapon system. This is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. And as for the resistance, they're not going to have a problem because they'll just be able to sort of walk up to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting shelled by it, that's really, really bad news. The answer though is basically be anywhere that isn't directly in front of it, and you're fine.
Yeah, and the resistance can sort of resistance movements are known by definition to be maneuverable and mobile. So they'll just sort of leave.
Yeah, I think
I hate that you're surviving this.
I think, unfortunately, he probably is going to survive this because it is truly shit as well as being brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if it depends how the live
ambitious but
firing goes.
rubbish.
It's how the demo goes, right? Because you fire this thing, and first of all, you're going to see Generalissimo's going to see that driving up to the firing range when he's sitting there in his box. He's going to be firm at that point. He's going to be quite happy. And then he's going to hear the bang, and he's going to be like, "That's really awesome." But then when the bits of sprocket start bouncing down the range afterwards, and possibly the barrel falls off,
You see, I have thought of this. Those failings are an issue, but only if it's poorly maintained. And you see,
you can blame the troops.
We can blame the troops, but not only that. For our big day at the range, we'll have our full company of engineers on hand, and it will be fresh off the maintenance overhaul for the demonstration. So it will survive at least two or three shots at least.
Yeah.
And so I'll be able to say to Generalissimo, look, it fired 3 shots. Yes, it is being towed away by the field tractor, but don't you worry. It's just to preserve the suspension system.
Yeah, it's just because we don't want to put too many miles on the engine until we go and smash the resistance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
so big you don't even need to do anything miles on it. You can just make the barrel go up a bit further.
I can't argue with it. He's going to survive. You paint that thing red, Generalissimo's buying 20 of them immediately. Yeah, good.
Yep. I live.
Yeah.
Aha.
You live. Although you are going to make my life really difficult trying to get that into the scoreboard. Barrel is too long. I'm very sorry, history.
I hear that all the time. I hear that all the time. That means it's Rex's turn if he's got his suggestion.
That means Rex's turn, and I know where he's going. He's going with the basic bitch of Nazi guns.
No, how dare you? How dare you? No, everyone assumes that I'm just going to go with the Schwergustav. But the Schwergustav is it. Look, there is such a thing as too big. Okay, size does matter, but also moderation. Moderation is important.
Right.
Sometimes it is better to be decidedly average, and instead of an 800mm railway gun, what you need is more of a 280mm railway gun. So I am presenting today the Krupp K5 Leopold railway gun, which I think is a far more manageable weapon. So it was armed with the 280mm gun capable of firing a 250 kilo shell up to a range of 60 kilometers, which was, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Now, unlike the Schwergustav, the K5 was produced in relatively large numbers. Around 25 were built. It saw active use, notably during the Italian campaign, I think. And unlike the Schwergustav, you didn't need an entire battalion to man and operate it. You just needed, maybe a section of people. That being said, yes, it is going to be a big sell to the Generalissimo because giant railway gun go burr. It's also going to be a big sell to the Resistance because a giant railway gun go burr, and Albonia doesn't have the world's greatest railway network when compared to some of its more Western rivals.
I'm not sure we have any railways.
Some railways have been produced. And look, at the end of the day, all we have to sell to the Generalissimo is that it fires a shell the size of a small car, courtesy of the Albanian Revolutionary Guard, right? Okay?
Yeah.
We can bombard our enemies from miles away, which is good for the Albanian military, but on the flip side, it's also good for the Resistance because it's limited to the railway, it's relatively slow to transport, and it's a relatively large target.
I just see, look, if I'm the Generalissimo, I'm looking at that and going, well, Animarchy just turned up with a 700 kilogram shell, and you have turned up with a piddling 250 kilogram shell. And I'm aware that there's a bigger one of these.
Quantity has a quality of its own, though.
It's a 40-mile range is pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could fire rocket-assisted projectiles too, apparently.
It can actually. Yeah, I'll drop a copy. I will drop a copy of that into the chat. Hang on. So this is. Let me paste this. Let me. Go away, you.
You see, I was umming and
So this is a rocket-assisted projectile, which increases the range even further.
I was umming and
Oh god,
eyeing,
Theoretically.
can't shrink it now.
but now that you've got rocket assisted artillery,
rockets.
And
nobody likes a
I
rocket.
just, and
I
also the projectiles, okay, also come pre-rifled.
I reckon we could change the wheels on it so it could drive across the ground with a couple horses.
And also, can I just say as well, it looks very cool when it's being fired.
I mean, no, that's quite cool.
Like
That's
that,
quite
the smoke plume is like the Elbonian national flower blossoming in our great victory.
You know what?
I hear you.
He makes a good point.
He does, but I mean, I'm just going to point out it's just not one of these, though, is it? Which I mean,
yes, but you've got one of those, or you've got 25 of these.
Yeah, but it takes 1,000 people to man this. I mean, how cool is that?
Exactly, and how impractical is that?
Peasants. Nah, there's plenty of peasants.
You know what? I'm kind of with Rex on this one. I think Rex is right. I think Rex is right.
I think he lives.
I think he lives.
You know,
It's
it
pretty
only
boring.
weighs 218 tons.
It would be 218 tons.
It can fire 15 rounds per hour.
Wow, that's almost as
Which
quick
is actually
as
good.
the other thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And I mean, it looks really cool.
It
Yeah,
does look
come
quite
on.
cool. It does
Okay.
look quite cool. And yeah, go on.
He fires. He actually fires like 3 more rounds an hour than I do. However, his shell is also half the size. So I mean,
But
you
with
don't-
better range.
You can't judge a man by the size of his shell.
Exactly.
yeah,
It's
because
the
he has a
filler.
rocket. He has a rocket though.
He has a rocket on the end of it.
Exactly.
He has a rocket.
Oh,
on
and it's
the
pretty
end of it.
cool.
I don't know.
Well,
Do you-
The rocket on the end of it increases the range as well. So like it's I think it's a 40-mile range without the rocket assisted projectile. I think with the rocket assisted projectile, it's more. Yes.
All right. Look,
Holy-
I'm inclined to let the bugger live. Sadly, because I think if you're
Oh,
resisted, you could take one look at that and go, well, let's not get in front of the non-existent railways.
Okay.
We're fine.
And someone has commented in
No,
the
no,
chat,
but see-
okay, you can do rolling barrages. If you've got multiple of these, imagine a rolling barrage with the Krupp K5 Leopold.
Multiple of these.
Imagine a
you think we can
280mm
afford more?
rolling barrage with rocket-assisted shells. Come on.
I mean,
The psychological effect alone. It's like, you see that
We
town
live in a
over there,
mud hut.
yes? I don't want to. It's like,
See, we live in a mud hut, so we could put skids on it and just, push it
We can
around.
pull it along. Yeah. Actually, that's
Yeah.
one about the
one
sled
very
version
angry
of it.
babushka just dragging it through the mud.
I think he lives.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, he lives.
Yeah,
God,
what's
no.
the chat pick?
All right, fine.
Oh, wait, no,
It's touch
Thrasher's-
and go,
yeah,
but-
Thrasher's turn.
I've got one thing to go. I'm not going to take very long on this, so I'm going to clear you out. What I've got here is I was thinking I was going to use the railway gun. It's 1,000 people. It's like many tons. It lobs a shell 7.7 tons over the distance, and it's wildly impractical. However, if you really want that sweet spot between wildly impractical and also going to make the Generalissimo just need new underpants instantly, you really can't go wrong with a thermobaric weapon. And this, of course, is the Russian TOS one.
The burrito, the super burrito. Oh, look at it.
I mean, you honestly, in the trial where we put this in front of the Generalissimo, I mean, what's slightly hilarious is the panels are actually even falling off on the model, but whatever. We put this in front of the Generalissimo and we fire it at a mocked up house, or we use it for a public execution of some kind just to demonstrate its capabilities. He is going to shit his fucking pants with excitement. That's amazing because it throws out loads of flame. But the missile compartment has it has the armored qualities of wet cardboard. A chap with a rifle at a perfectly reasonable range who just shoots one of those warheads is killing the unit and everything around it because it will just explode in them. And if you haven't seen the pictures on the internet, watch some FPV drones taking these things out. It's fucking hilarious. And 1989, I present to you the TOS 1 for your consideration, El Generalissimo.
I think Generalissimo, having recently downloaded and installed the latest patch of Helldivers 2, will definitely appreciate that tank.
Yeah,
as it
Flame
as I will just quickly hijack the PowerPoint presentation, as it has recently featured.
Oh, that's right. It has. Doesn't
The latest update of the game. Yes.
Some barrack weapons.
Yeah, there we go.
Burritinos. Oh no.
I know.
So, out of curiosity, because the other piece is that the range on this thing is about 300 yards, which is not good enough.
It's an assault weapon.
No.
At all.
Wait, really? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
It's no range on it at all.
It's a short range weapon.
You're having a laugh. I thought it was longer than that.
No. It has to be brought right up to the frontline trenches in order to work.
That's why it's on a T-72.
Good lord.
You might be able to see some problems there.
Yes. That could
Easily
get swamped by resistance fighters very easily.
Yeah, and I bet you that they could make better use of all that thermobaric fuel in those rockets than sticking them in those rockets.
They could definitely use expendable anti-tank on that quite easily.
Now, somebody said it's actually 2 to 3 kilometers. You were right, but to get a barrage off, you have to get a lot closer. So you can fire 1 or 2 because then the pressure loses in the back of the unit and you're all fucked. So, yes, it can theoretically, but it can't fire a barrage over that distance. It has to be much, much closer than that to make it work.
My knowledge on artillery is quite limited. So, okay, that's interesting.
But there we are. Okay, so that's my choice. So I think everyone's gonna be happy with that one.
Oh, you're living.
Oh,
no, you're definitely living from both sides. Generalissimo thinks it's cool. Resistance think, oh, excellent target-rich environment with no armor.
Glory to ELBONIA, such a great weapon.
Glory to ELBONIA. Job's a good one.
Hound.
So what is chat?
Glory to ELBONIA. There we go.
What is chat?
What is chat? Let me just flip over it. Again, we've only had one sort of half death on that one because they survived. History survived.
Would we call that a violent kneecapping?
Yeah,
yeah.
I have no kneecaps, but I'm here.
Just kind of dragging himself back into the room.
A few people have gone, not just on here but elsewhere, for the trebuchet. I don't think you can argue.
Matilda Hedgehog is a top tier suggestion.
Katusha, I love a Katusha. Yeah, you can't.
Yep.
Actually, no.
There's so many.
Overruling it, I reckon the Ontos is the go. Like, people have recommended the Ontos.
Yep.
The Ontos is the go. The Ontos is otherwise known as the Thing.
I have seen that.
It's literally it's like an M113. It's not even an M113. It's like a that weird like scout car the US was making in the M8 scout car. Like there was a development, the L20 or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I hear you, and yet I'm afraid there's been one suggestion in the chat there, which is an absolute banger, which is clearly a Churchill Avery. I mean, as artillery goes, it throws a thing the size of a garbage can at the enemy, and what's not to like?
Yeah, but I hate to take over the screen here.
The Ontos is an absolute goblin, and I agree with the Ontos suggestion. That. Look at it. It's got 6 recoilless rifles.
Look at that.
And it is the size of a gerbil in comparison to most like tanks and stuff. It's fantastic.
Well, I think either way, I think whichever one of those we pick, the chat survived, don't you? I think they've.
I think chat lives regardless.
Chat lives.
Okay, well done, chat. Good job.
Glory to ELBONIA.
Good job. Glory to ELBONIA.
Glory to ELBONIA.
And now the one which everyone has been waiting for, because this is finally our speciality. Oh boy.
We're coming into our territory now, boys.
I got a beauty for this one.
Coming to the aviation section of the discussion.
And I'm conscious this is all of our special places, but also that we are running quite long. So brevity
we'll make it
is
quick.
a virtue. Yeah.
Does anyone know what this actually is? What I've actually picked?
No.
Yes!
Oh my goodness!
The fuck is that?
Chiang Kai-shek
It's the
beast machine.
FCK-1 Xingqiu.
Yes.
It's a Taiwanese multi-role fighter.
It's an
Fucking-
F-16
Yeah, I've
with
got some
F-18
reasons.
engines.
What are they?
I've got
what the
reactions.
hell?
It
What the fuck's
is
something AI created?
Frankenstein's Asian fighter plane.
I've got reasons for this. Okay, so number one, General Listener is going to see this and he's going to be moister than an oyster because it's cool. It looks cool.
Does look cool.
However, how the hell are you going to actually maintain this damn thing to work?
You've got all
Yes.
Because it's Taiwanese. Only they make the parts for it.
What I love
How
about
are we going to
this,
get the parts once we get the aircraft?
what I love about this, right, is if you look at it, it has F-18. It has F-18 engines, yet it has an F-16 empennage. So you've got the vertical stab and the speed brakes, and the horizontal stab of the F-16. You got the F-18 fuselage because you've got to have the Legacy Hornet inlets there. And you've got an F-16 cockpit with an F-18 Hornet canopy. And the radar, they couldn't get the look-down, shoot-down radar because America wouldn't sell it to them because China mad. So they've got some, like... I think it's the air intercept radar from like, an upgraded F5. I'm not sure what it is, but...
I want to try and turn that on its side because it looks like a really flat, oval-shaped nose.
It's
Just
really
presumably
cool.
where the radar is. It's everything all at once, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
There's a
lot.
General
lot
Listener's
going
gonna
on
cream
there.
his pants. The Resistance is going to be happy because it's never going to be able to fly properly. Because there's going to be no parts for it.
I mean, the spare parts on that are going to be a motherfucker.
We're going to have to get
But
F-18
it's so cool.
engine parts, F-16 avionics, and we're going to have to get Chinese knockoff Taiwanese electronic suite. Yo.
So I'm living here.
I think you win all day long. I can't argue with that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Nah, he
That's
lives.
fucking brilliant.
He lives.
Absolute live.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Love that. It's totally shit and also absolutely brilliant all at the same time.
10 out of 10 would commit
10
to
out of
aerial
10.
warfare again.
I love Taiwan number one.
Taiwan number one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Try not to
Glory
touch your
to East
Oliphant.
China Island.
Glory to ELBONIA.
Our comrades on
Uh,
East China Island shall overcome
I think you'll
the
find. I
revisionists
think you'll find
from
that's the.
CCP.
I was going to say. I think you'll find that's the mainland Animarchy, and then you've got China West, and that's China East. China East, rather.
Oh, West Taiwan.
All right. Is it
It's your
Rex.
turn,
Is
Rex.
it my turn? All right. Let me get this inferior machine out the way.
Yeah, get rid of that piece of shit.
So, members of the Security Council.
There's a lot of people calling for the Paul Bolton Paul Defiant.
Yeah. Today I bring you a recommendation that is nothing short of a stroke of genius.
Mhm.
Now let me just open up the link. I present to you the MiG-23 Spanker. I mean Flogger. So this
Oh,
is
baby.
a truly
Look at it.
majestic machine. Definitely has not had any maintenance issues during its entire service life.
None whatsoever.
Um,
known fact.
It is not just a fighter. It is
Not even
an
a fighter,
experience. It is an experience. It has this revolutionary feature: variable sweep wings. Now, what does that mean? Well, the wings can sweep back and forth like the majestic motion of an actual bird.
Wow,
They don't
one might
flap.
say.
They kind of just yes, exactly. Now,
wiggle.
maintenance. Now, some may say that the MiG-23 is a bit high maintenance, but I say that is a feature, not a bug. Think about it. What is a better way to keep our ground crews busy and out of trouble? Rather than drinking the vodka from the radar systems, they should be fixing things, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Idle hands are the devil's playground, after all, right?
The mean time between overhaul on the engine is 20 hours, right?
Listen, it builds character with the ground crew when they spend half of their time trying to figure out why the wings of the engines don't work, okay? Like, it's morale boosting.
He's cooking here.
And
He's cooking here because you can get rid of half of the issues with the ground crews because they keep dying of cancer and you have to keep training
exactly,
new ones from the
and let us not forget the MiG-23's combat history.
It's a very impressive record. It
Stellar.
shot down.
Yeah,
It shot-
very good record. Yeah,
It shot down a number of NATO fighters.
it did. Let's not talk about the losses.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to cover that.
Also, the Safia
And look,
radar
after all,
system
it is It is also faster than the MiG-21, the most produced fighter jet in history. And so if it's faster, it's clearly better.
It's
Must be.
also faster than the
And
Phantom.
also, I know Generalissimo is concerned about budget, and he's a man who appreciates value. The MiG-23 is how we should we say available on the market. You know, we won't break the bank buying it. In fact, I think a lot of countries will give it to us for free.
I was going to say, I think you'll find availability is not an issue.
It's character building. It's cheap. It's a swept wing fighter. It's perfect for the Elbonian Air Force.
Spare parts for this aircraft are actually really easy to come by. You just have to walk through any Eastern European field for about 5
And also, as per sites seen in Libya, you can fly it with different parts from different MiGs.
You can. I mean,
You know,
it's only fractionally less dangerous than the factory spec.
exactly. So that is my suggestion for a fighter for the glorious Elbonian Air Force.
Rex lives because he lives. He lives. We can sell this.
He definitely lives. I just need to add one further thing, which I think the Generalissimo is going to absolutely love, because there's almost no forward vision through the cockpit. The pilot essentially has to be told what to do at all times, which means he can keep complete control over the Air Force from the ground, and from one of his leisure palaces, he can tell them exactly what to do, assuming they're still up there.
Or he can even defer to one of his concubines if he's otherwise busy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think you're good.
That's what that's what GCI stands for. Ground Concubine Intercept. That's how it is.
You see, years of historical aviation research has brought me to this pinnacle moment of referring the MiG-23 as the premium fighter of our time.
And you will never live it down. Right.
That sentence caused you physical pain because it damn near caused it for me.
Well, look, I just poured the last of my Tempranillo into a glass, so that should kind of explain my opinion of the MiG-23.
Yeah, mine too. Like, he lives. He lives because.
But at what cost?
When the resistance.
But I wish he didn't.
When the resistance hears we bought this, they're going to be firing their guns into the air in celebration.
Yeah.
Oh.
They'll be firing those, pocket pistols into the air, single shot wise.
the liberators, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Bang.
Which means it's time for me. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Now, funnily enough, Rex and I have been meaning to collab for ages, and of course, we picked the same thing. So when I saw Rex's list prior to the stream, I'm like, oh shit, I need to come up with something else. But thankfully, I had something waiting in the wings. If you pardon the pun.
You did.
I have. First off, we're going to get these fighters out the way. We're going to get these inferior choices. You see, I am a patron of not that bureau, because that bureau is for slimy, nepotistic wankers. Just because his brother was on the Politburo doesn't mean that Anastas Mikoyan, just because he's pulling all the shots, just because he got his little brother the MiG-3 contract, does not give him the right to dominate the Soviet aviation industry. No. I've been researching this video for several months now, as you know, and I had to buy a book on this, and now I'm going to make it everyone else's problem. Ladies and gentlemen, the Su-15 flag-in. Now!
Yeah. Oh, my lord.
Now!
My goodness, it is just... Oh.
Now, General Isimo...
So
General Isimo. Now, as I said, I was going to go the MiG-23, because it is, let's be real, now that we're out of character on the MiG-23's behalf, the single worst aircraft of its generation by a considerable margin.
Can I also say, I cannot believe the Soviets built over 1,000 of these things.
Seriously?
Like, what were they drinking? They built over like 12. What was it, like 12 or 1,300 of the Su-15s?
The air conditioning fluid off the Tu-22, I think, is what they were drinking.
Now, this has a confirmed, absolutely outstanding combat record. That South Korean airliner had no idea what hit it.
True, it did shoot that South Korean airliner down very nicely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
KAL 902, I believe.
That's the one.
007.
Yep.
And yes, well, you see, this aircraft is absolutely incredible for its time. It has rocket-assisted capability. It has, like, you know, all the features of a fighter, and through its various iterations, it got upgraded with a bunch of different variants. We can get a more modern one from the Chinese as well. Unfortunately, despite being a high-speed interceptor, it does not have look-down, shoot-down radar. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Because it has 2 Tomansky R-13 afterburning engines, and it can go Mach 2.5. Now, like its cousin, the Foxbat, it does also require a complete engine overhaul because of it. However, it does have some other concerns, as in it can only pull 6G before the wing falls off. It also may... I mean, do we want to use the term Widowmaker? I mean, really? I mean, look. Instability at slow speeds causing fatal crashes a lot is... I mean, it's relative, really. And, of course, they built almost 1,500 of these, and 1,300 or so of this aircraft, so we can get them relatively affordably.
I think you're overlooking one of its key features as well, which is the sudden and unexpected ejector seat detonations.
Yeah, that...
Was this about to say that?
I mean, every now and again you shut the canopy and the ejector seat just went.
Mention that.
I mean, look, that's just a feature. It proves the survivability of the airframe. But the most,
I think it keeps the pilot on its toes, don't you?
Yeah,
I mean, I think the pilot needs to always concentrate.
But you want to know what's
also
really cool? The missiles. The missiles on this thing are incredible, because I just have to show you. When we wheel this thing in front of Generalissimo and the Great Dictator himself, when he sees the missiles on this aircraft, look at this. Look at the intercept missiles on this thing. Look at it.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that? What is that? Is that
perfectly calculated to take out at least one Boeing 747 at a time?
Yes, absolutely.
It's nearly the same size as a Boeing 747.
It can also use the Aphid missile too, you know, because when you want to fire a badly made AIM-9 at the sun, it's perfectly effective at doing that.
Also, did you also know that according to a book that I've got by Yefim Gordon,
I've got the
sometimes the pressurization of the cabin would sometimes fail?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yep.
And it's got the greatest feature about it is its basic fighter maneuvers capability. It is the most successful rate fighter in the entire Soviet arsenal. You see, it will do a full circumference of the planet at its operational speed. Because if you try to push the angle of attack any higher than 10 degrees or so, the entire aircraft stalls. So, you know what? I think
level is good.
Yeah, it is fast. It can carry a lot of missiles. The missiles are big and scary. The pilot is always focused because he never knows when he'll be a paratrooper instead. I mean, honestly, I think this is a great weapon system. And
you have to say, as Soviet fighters go, it is hot. I mean, it is beautiful looking. It's lovely, streamlined look.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how something so incredibly good looking can be so incredibly shit.
Yeah,
it's proof that the old phrase that, you know, if it looks right, it flies right, is a load of old bollocks.
Yeah, definitely. And also, can I just say, you know how you called it a Widowmaker earlier on? The you say Widowmaker, the Resistance would say area of opportunity.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think
he lives.
I think he lives. What kind of shit is this?
I'm very annoyed because I want this to result in a firing squad, but at the same time, I don't think it would.
No, I think Generalissimo, he's a sucker. He's going to
also, like, from the aesthetic point of view, it does look really good.
It's hot. There's no way around it. It is hot.
It's like something you'd see out of, like, you know, Captain Scarlet or Thunderbirds or whatever. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's
now, look, okay, so, I mean, if we're going to talk about Widowmakers, and I think this is an appropriate moment to do it.
Oh, no.
I had naturally...
no!
I had naturally...
No!
Obviously picked
You
One
little
of
bitch.
the most amazing aircraft ever to take to the
Oh, of
skies.
course, you went for the West German version as well.
The West
of
German
course.
version, because we're going to use this for ground attack.
Is
This
this-
is also going to be my bomber.
Of course.
Yeah, he lives. He absolutely lives.
One
I
day-
mean, look,
He lives because
One
how
day,
sexy is that?
one day, that fucking pig is going to make a video on this thing, and all of us are going to storm the chat. The only person holding us back will be Falcon, because he likes the thing for some reason. I
So,
don't.
Falcon,
I like
Damn
the
it.
I'll be there handing out tequila shots, going, everyone, yes, let's just watch this.
Let's watch.
so
I like the thing.
No,
I-
it's
I feel I
bad.
need
I
to-
think it's cool.
I need to
Cool.
conduct the sales pitch. The Generalissimo is very straightforward. The Spanish Air Force operated these for 20 years with no losses. These are incredibly fast. They went higher than a Lightning could go. They went faster than a Lightning could go. Range was a bit of a challenge. I mean, just look how 1950s sexy that is. The Spanish
looks
actually
cool.
put AIM-9s on these, so they could take modern avionics if you wired them up right. They're cool.
I hate.
Now, the bit that's obviously going to cause us some problems is we are going to use this for ground attack, which is not ideal. And the Embolian Air Force, a bit like the German Air Force after the war, is predominantly composed of illiterate peasants. So they're going to crash, like, all the time. I would expect probably one flight in 3 is going to end in a fatality. And they fall apart. But we're going to get paid big bribes by Lockheed for taking them, so we'll make some money. It's flawless.
And you get Rato,
And you get Rato.
which
What's
is
not to
what
like?
I will paste here. Here we go. Look at this. Look.
Yeah.
Look at assistant
Yeah.
stuff. Look at that go. Yeah, boy.
I think Hard Thrasher lives because it'll work. Because General
It will
Isimo,
work.
General Isimo
We
will
have
get
a fighter
paid.
aircraft. Yeah.
General Isimo will get paid by Lockheed to buy it.
Lockheed will bribe him through the nose to buy this thing.
Like,
So.
look, it looks like a pencil, and it has rockets.
And it has rockets, and by the way, here's several $1 million to not buy whatever it is the British are offering you. Yeah, bastards.
Oh.
Anyway.
Someone has said, is the stream sponsored by Lockheed? The answer is yes.
Yes, of course. We are all sponsored by Lockheed. In fact, you should get
Yeah.
Lockheed tattooed
Yeah.
on your button.
Absolutely, yes.
All right.
I am
Okay.
I am known on Twitter as the Lockheed Lefty after all, so you know.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Exactly.
There you
So,
go.
so chat,
We all
we've
lose.
had-
Chat.
chat, get to pick a fighting now. There have been a lot of calls to the ME-163 whilst you chaps have been talking. I've been at least 30 of them, within which case we are just, I
Shooting them.
I'm shooting you too.
Yeah, we're shooting them.
You're getting shot for suggesting
sorry,
the
chat, if that's your
163.
choice. We might try and do a little coup by putting the Generalissimo up in one on the basis there's a 50-50 chance it's going to go bang.
Like-
what we're gonna do?
I was
Because
gonna
the 163,
recently
we're
do
gonna
a
put you
video
in
on the
front of the
163, and then Thrasher did his like 2-part series on it. I was like, God damn it, I need to like up my game.
That's the thing. We were all like running around in circles trying to like not hit each other. I mean, honestly though, Rex, the thing that surprised me is your Dornier video went absolutely viral. I was like,
Oh, such a good video that
it was so good.
Yeah,
though.
I'm so looking forward to going to Germany next year and seeing it because I've been invited over by the team to like go and help them work on some of it. So
Oh, you
awesome.
lucky
I'm,
bastard!
yeah, I know. I get to go and see what they're doing with it and stuff. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a video from the hangar there. But
I fucking
yeah,
played-
whoever's voting for the 163 in chat. Oh god, we've got a heap of
Oh, Yak 38.
Yak
Yeah,
38.
Oh, you know
I'm
what?
sorry, guys. You're
You're
getting
getting shot.
fucking executed.
You're
You're
shot.
getting fucking
If they're
executed.
shot, you're
You're
dead.
dead.
Shooting.
No way.
Sea Vixen, yes. Just on the line of aesthetics, the Sea Vixen is like a Batmobile.
Nah,
for the
Hawk
Very
sky.
pretty.
Hawk is Seahawk though. The Seahawk.
Oh, the Seahawk, yeah.
Very sexy. The the Corsair, again, beautiful. Sorry, not beautiful, but a brilliant aircraft, but fugly.
Oh.
And then you got
yes.
the Crusader, which was great if it had an engine in it that worked, but didn't.
And
Anyway,
also,
right,
also guns that could
okay,
fire. in
Moving
attack
it along.
mode.
Well done, chat. You've been
All
shot.
right. Yeah, chat's
So,
been
Now
shot.
we're at the bombers.
Yeah.
Now we're in the bombers. Okay, this is where
Yeah.
this is where all comes home to roost, kids.
Here we go.
Oh, go.
Okay, well, you're going to need to switch to the wall.
Whoa! Okay,
Hear me out.
you
I've got
are going to
some logic
need
here.
to do some talking, my friend.
You need to
because
switch to the
resistance
wall,
is
Thrasher.
coming for you.
Thrasher, you need to switch to the wall.
You could be. Listen, I almost
Hang
picked
on,
this
I'm
as
doing
well, but I was afraid of being murdered by fellow
I
British
have-
citizens.
Yeah,
I have
oh.
logic here.
You
What the-
I
fucking
love the Canberra.
bastard.
Fucking
I
hell.
think the Canberra is one of the best bombers of the world, but it is currently the 2020s, and we are relegated to 1990s equipment. So the only Canberras you can get are from South African surplus from apartheid 70s.
Okay.
Hmm.
NASA still have a couple in service.
Yeah, and they're in such bad condition that in the game War Game Red Dragon they are muddled with rust on them because that's how bad they
Wow.
were getting. So they don't work properly.
You know what?
They just have enough to take off,
This is
and they get the general listener's
abomination.
going to see and be like, "Oh, that's a Canberra.
You
That's
see-
amazing, fantastic, yes." And then it's going to take off, going to do its bombing run, and it'll explode midair because it just won't work
Okay,
properly.
you see, the thing is, I think General Lissimo is going to shoot you because he's going to look at you and go, "That's a Cold War bomber."
No, I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to paint it red.
I mean, red will go a long way with Generalissimo.
Does red make it a? Does red make it a premium vehicle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Makes it go faster,
Yeah.
too.
Yes, yes. And the thing is, you can tell Generalissimo, you can tell him that he can put anthrax in it because it's got a big bomb bay.
Oh, that's a good.
Look,
Yeah.
if the resistance come and ask me what I think, I'm going to tell them to abduct you and shoot you. Just
No,
saying.
the resistance is good. See, the thing is, I'm just going to paint it, but you walk up to it when the resistance comes, you just scratch off the paint layer, and then you poke your finger straight through the hole, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I get it."
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
They will. But unfortunately, by that point, you will already be in a hole in the ground. So
Okay, chat. Does he live or does he die?
I'm shooting
No,
it.
I'm living.
He's getting shot.
I'm
One for
completely
lives,
shooting it.
2 for dies. 1 for lives, 2 for dies. Come on, chat.
Post-apartheid planes. This cannot go well for the country.
Yeah,
I'm
he,
just,
I
it's
I
a
think he's
principle thing,
shooting-
I'm afraid.
We're shooting him, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he
yeah,
dead.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
He dead. Yeah, yeah.
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 Dead and
Yeah.
justifiably so,
Yeah.
frankly, for being rude about my
Finally,
favourite
it's about
plane.
time you died at least once.
There, yeah. Yo, you are dead, brother. Sorry.
Oh, bruh.
Oh, bruh.
Oh,
Dead.
very,
I'll take my
very dead.
post-apartheid rust back. Oh no, I got some ones. I'll take my
He dead.
post-apartheid rust
He
back
dead.
and leave that and die.
He dead.
Takes off.
He's dead. He's dead. He's absolutely dead.
Okay, we killed him. We killed him good. All right. Rex, you're up next, mate.
All right, so after that insulting episode, I'm going to present to the procurement staff a bomber that not only reflects our military ambitions, but actually reflects a good Cold War bomber, something that will suit the ambitions of the Elbonian Air Force. I present the B-58 Hustler.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Brother,
Come
we're
on.
going to have to do some talking here because Resistance wants a word. Go on.
No, okay, yeah. Okay, so this has speed, style, and just the right amount of swagger. Okay, fair enough. It isn't just fast; it's supersonic. It can do Mach 2. It is the sports car of early Cold War bombers. However, it doesn't carry the largest payload out there, unless Elbonia can source nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
it
it's one
really
thermonuclear
can't
bomb.
carry- Yeah, it can carry a thermonuclear bomb or, like one chunky high explosive bomb. It doesn't exactly do carpet bombing or multiple payloads very well. The pylons connecting the engines to the wings are a little bit questionable.
And the logistics
I mean,
of
but the
actually
motto is-
maintaining this.
Yes, why drop 100 bombs when you can drop one perfectly placed big bomb and be home in time for dinner because, it's supersonic, you get home quickly. The B-58 is a bit like a high-maintenance sports car, really. It needs the best pilots, the finest maintenance, And let's face it, a lot of tender loving care, but we don't tell this to the Generalissimo.
Nah, you know what else was great about this? It has a certified bear-tested ejection pod.
Yes.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
By a bear.
So we can
I mean,
advertise. We can advertise pilot safety.
Still, you're still dead though, because the resistance is going to see this and go. Same
No,
thing
no,
as mine.
no,
They're
no,
gonna
no,
go,
no, no,
"Ooh."
no, no. It's fast. It's flashy. And it's exactly the kind of attention-grabbing weapon that the Generalissimo will like.
Yeah.
But it is so maintenance-plagued and logistically difficult that the resistance will go, actually, you know what? It's fine. And it's also expensive enough that, the regime can't afford a literal Air Force worth of them.
True.
You know what?
But I got killed because even though you can sneeze and snap my camber in half, it still looks flashy and like it would hurt them. This does too.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. The resistance didn't shoot you. History. The regime shot you.
The machine shot you.
Yeah, the regime shot
Something
you
wrong with my bomber.
for buying
Listen.
a shitty Cold War bomber. But this we can sell.
I
to
think
Generalissimo.
I shot you. I think I shot you because of resistance. Marky shot you because of the Generalissimo, so you die.
Also, here is a benefit to both sides, okay? It can be precision bomber because it can deliver one specific payload, okay? Its precision reduces collateral damage, which will make it popular with the
Why is
resistance
that a good
because, reducing collateral damage is good for the resistance because it means, less relatives of the resistance fighters are being reduced into red paste.
No, that's bad for the resistance because that means less radical.
I know, but
You
okay.
need-
Say if you're like,
need to
the
kill some
second in
civilians.
command to the resistance, you don't want your babushka being splattered by B-58, do you?
No, but you want your neighbour's babushka to get splattered by the B-58, so he joins you.
All right.
All right.
I think
All right.
he lives. I think he lives.
I think he lives. I think he probably lives too. Chat, what do you think?
Does he
Give
live?
us a quick.
I think he's.
Let's have a vote.
I think
One.
he's gonna
Is
get
it
killed
one
by the
for?
resistance.
Is it one for
Okay.
live or what?
It's
Hang on,
one
was
for
it?
Yeah,
live,
one
two
for live,
die.
two for die. And
I think
right.
the resistance is going to shoot him. It's too nice.
And how do you think? Okay,
I think
living.
he lives.
Okay,
Live.
we've got live.
I think
Yes.
he lives.
Yes.
Live.
Yes.
Okay. That,
Yes.
Yeah, he lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Rex lives.
Oh, look at that!
Okay.
Overwhelmingly in
Wow.
favor
because
of
I haven't
living.
actually had
Wow.
anybody kill you yet, so
The B-58 has got street cred. Oh no, there are some traitors in the ranks, but it's fine.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
We'll deal with them.
We'll get the secret police to see them later.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So fine. So Rex has somehow survived, despite the fact that he definitely
Yes.
should have died. Fine. Marky, you're up next, mate.
Well, to be quite honest, Rex and I once again had the exact same train of thought, except I have gone for the more affordable version.
Oh, I know what this is gonna be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls on that Technicolor rainbow in between, may I present to you the TU-22 Blinder. AKA,
Yes.
for those of you who know on the viral aviation YouTube side of things, the supersonic
Yes.
booze carrier. There it is!
It's quite a beast, isn't it?
We need to get Paper Skies in here at one point,
Yeah,
just for
wish
the
we could.
exposition.
Do you know, I've tried to reach out to him a couple of times and not had any luck at all. So if anybody knows how to get hold
Well,
of
his
him,
country is
I think
being
they're just a
invaded.
conglomerate of people.
Right.
Yeah, that is also that.
But
Hang on,
yes.
would you like also hang on? Here we go. Here's another image for you to go in the corner.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, look at that.
Oh, I mean, it is ugly as fuck.
You know
I mean,
what?
that is.
It is so Thunderbirds.
Yeah,
it is
I was
so
literally about
Thunderbirds.
to say it's da 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 da.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's also not good for the health of the crew.
No, the
Ooh.
crew survivability is absolutely dog shit. The amount of alcohol required to keep all the systems running and cool and working will be complementary to mission performance, but it will also intoxicate our ground crew. The survival rate of the aircraft flying at low speeds, as well as the quality of the build as a whole, is bad. The engines have a tendency to catch fire and occasionally implode. The ejector seats occasionally work.
And shoot downwards,
Yeah,
Occasionally.
occasionally, and
which
the
is a bit of a
hydraulics
problem
are
because
bad.
When you most need an ejector seat, typically on takeoff or landing. When are you closest to the ground? On takeoff or landing, so we go down.
Yeah, and the speed is great. The range is awful, and its handling at high speeds is also bad. Has a tendency to break up, but when it works, it has a big bomb load and goes very quick.
Very, very, very fast.
Unfortunately, it has a serviceability rate of less than 30%, but we won't tell Melissa that.
Now, Al Generalissimo, he just needs to see it on the tarmac, and he needs to see it go whoosh past his nose, and he's good, right? That's all he needs to see.
And the Resistance won't ever see it, ever, because it'll be...
No, the Resistance won't even know we've got it.
It'll be on the ground.
It'll be on the ground, baby. Okay, good. I think I can't argue with that. I think you survive, Animarchy. Does anybody disagree?
Now the booze bomber gets him a pass.
All right. Okay. Fine. Okay. Good. All right. Well, look. Naturally, when I was considering a bomber, I had to consider one of the best bombers of the entire Second World War because I couldn't not consider it. It's not my pick. But, you know, HE-177, I mean, let's be honest.
God.
The Grief, the Ronson, whatever you want to call it, it's cool. It's dive bombery, but it's a bit too old. He's not going to go for that.
The motto is, and then it got worse.
Yeah, and then it got worse. So look, I mean,
I know what the alternative you projected is, and you are going to get a pass on this.
However, yeah, baby, it's the flying asparagus.
Peacemaker.
It's so cool. It's so dumb.
6 burning, maybe.
I cannot wait to climb all over one of those things next year. I'm going to be so happy.
As I said, chat, I am literally Vegeta from like the abridged series of Dragon Ball Z. It's like, it's so dumb, but it's so cool.
It's so good.
I mean, we should probably just get the aspect ratio completely wrong to help you see the proportions of this aircraft. There you are. You get the idea.
Look at it. It's so small.
So you see the grey piece in the middle there, right? That's obviously where the bomb bay, most of the bomb bay is actually a bit more up front, but in that grey bit in the middle, that's non-pressurized, but the bit at the back and the bit at the front are pressurized. So in there is a crawl tunnel that you could go to your sleeping quarters from the cockpit and crawl through a tiny space that was about 4 foot in diameter on a trolley, and just really hope you didn't hit turbulence and it came off its tracks. Because if it did, you were stuck there for as long as it took. And these puppies went up for like 24 hours at a time, and regularly froze and fell out of the sky. And but it looks really cool, and you can say the Generalissimo because he likes big things. Imagine the biggest bomber of World War II, which is the B-29, and then you put this puppy next to it to give you a sense of scale, and suddenly you realise just how
chunky,
fucking huge this thing is. I mean,
it's massive. Yeah,
it's genuinely vast. That's a B-20 sodding 9 on the left, which itself is twice the size of the B-17. That's enormous.
It's so cool. And you want to know the best bit is, cool. Thrasher, I thought about doing this too, but I was going to go one step further. I was going to go the HB-36.
Oh, God.
With the nuclear reactor. With the nuclear reactor.
The whole thing.
I could turn to El Generalissimo and say, we have a nuclear-powered...
I was thinking along those lines, but I was like, no, the Resistance will shoot me.
Yeah.
Someone in chat said it has too many engines to count. The Generalissimo will be happy. Thrasher lives.
You know what?
I agree. Yeah.
I agree. Thrasher lives.
What about
Thrasher lives. There's already ones in chat.
Stop fucking spamming the chat, mate. Please stop sending that. You've been sending it about like 100 times. Fucking stop. Thank you. Right. Cool. Awesome.
The only thing is, the Resistance is gonna actually get kind of scared by this because it's actually kind of effective.
Well, it is. It depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to use it to actually bomb stuff, it's quite shit.
It uses a nuke. It's to whom it may concern.
Yes, to whom. If you're using nuclear weapons, it's pretty cool. If you're trying to actually do precision strike, there's just not a chance because it's still using the Norden. It can't hit fuck all, and because it's too big, you couldn't fly it in a combat box, so you're definitely not going to hit anything.
Not that it has any defensive guns, anyway.
Well, it does. It's actually got really cool pop-out guns. They're like radar controlled and stuff, but they again the mechanism's well shonky and they break all the time. But It's
I will
cool.
be right back in precisely 60 seconds, just FYI.
No worries. No
That
worries.
gives
Right,
time
so
for chat to pick its entry for the bomber.
chat's going to get to pick his entry. Let me just skip to the scorekeeping piece. Right. Okay. Chat. Bombers. What are we going to go for? What do we want?
A Horton.
I mean, Horton's hard. Yeah, Horton's hard to overlook.
B1 Lancer. You're dead if you pick a B1 Lancer.
Wow. I don't know. Really, I mean, they're beautiful and very capable, but so complicated and expensive.
Yeah,
to
the
run.
resistance,
You
will, the resistance will kill
absolute
you.
pricks who are trying to pick the Vark. I'm sorry. The Vark is
I don't know. I'm still
the
with them,
Vark
actually.
is artwork.
But it is crap.
You shut your whole mouth.
You shut
Well,
your whore mouth.
No, I mean,
Oh, the
it's
Vickers
rubbish.
Valiant's a good answer. The Vickers Valiant is a good answer because I like the Vickers Valiant, but it's not
It's
exactly
beautiful.
not exactly great. But it. Oh
Who put the Buccaneer? Fucking hell!
no way! The Buccaneer is great.
No way. Valiant's a good shame.
But
Valiant is
no, Generalissimo would see the Buccaneer and be like, "Fuck yes."
he immediately asked how fast it went, and he went subsonic, and you're dead. He's
Yeah,
not going
that's
to.
right.
He's
You
not
know
taking
what?
subsonic for.
I
Shit.
am loath to say this. I am loath and heartbroken to say this.
Mm.
But the people saying the Vulcan might actually be right.
Okay, you shut your goddamn mouth right fucking now. No goddamn way.
Because you think about the effectiveness versus the maintenance costs versus availability versus wow factor. Because Generalissimo is going to see the Vulcan and just be like, wow! I mean, to this day we see the Vulcan and go, wow.
You got a point.
Okay, okay, I'm not prepared to have this kind of a discussion with you. A few people have put forward the A-10 Thunderbolt. Now that is a good choice for a ship bomber.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what? Actually, you're right. Chat lives.
they live.
Chat lives
Chat
with
lives.
the A10.
Because otherwise I'm going to have to just shoot them for the fucking Vulcan. I mean, seriously, take the names of the people suggesting that.
I'm with you
They're going for
because
reprogramming.
we shot History of Everything for the Canberra, and we want to shoot him for the Vulcan on we want to shoot them for the Vulcan on principle, but like that's the Canberra and the Vulcan are two aircraft I will never hear a bad word about. Okay, naval assets. Oh, this is
Naval
going to
assets.
be
I never
weird.
said it was. I never said it was bad. I just said the ones I was picking up from apartheid
Yeah,
South Africa that was
and you
were
got-
bad.
And you got shot. So, you be quiet and be shot over there.
So
Oh,
the
he got
naval
shot.
one's fun. So
No, chat lives.
I was thinking.
Oh.
We don't currently have a navy,
But
but
we don't
we're going
know.
to get one.
We should be really
what-
clear. We don't actually have a shoreline at the moment, but we're totally going to take one because of our expansionist policies.
But what would be better than East German built, because they're German, and that'll Generalissimo will like that.
German's good. Yep.
Corvettes from the Cold War, which serve in the Indonesian Navy to this day, which we can get on the cheap because they're still using them.
Oh yes,
Uh,
the
Making a
things.
solid
And-
argument.
Parchims.
Yeah, the fucking.
And they have rocket-propelled anti-sub
yeah,
missiles
the
all over
frickin-
them.
Look at the RBU,
Oh, look
the
at
RBU
that.
frigates. Yes.
Oh,
No.
yeah, baby.
However,
Yeah.
they're absolute crap. They're rusting beyond all hell. The hulls are warped. They don't work very well. They're not that fast, and in general, they're just not really good at all. But they look cool, and they have lots of weapons, and they go.
Do you think a highly qualified vice admiral, vice air marshal, generalissimo, admiralissimo will spot the fact that they're shite, or will he just look at it and go, many guns? Look how many guns.
Nah, he'll love it because it's covered in rocket launchers. You just get to fling missiles and shit off it. He'll love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I always think those exterior missile launches on the Russian ships and the
Well,
Soviet
you
ships
see,
are only there really for the
we don't need to
little
worry
power.
about that. We don't need to worry about that because that's the big secret we haven't revealed to you. Grand Admiral Drakenifel of Elbonia is in our pocket. He's actually one of our senior coup leaders. So so he will
He's
approve
with
the
us.
purchase of it. So all we need to do is
I
get it past
am-
the dictator.
I'm indeed on first name terms with the Grand Admiral, and I can secure any naval funding we require. Yes.
And I have it on good authority that one of these ships has in fact been turned into a yacht.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Well,
wonderful.
So, yes, so actually, we could buy.
I'm trying to find more about.
So is it like the Generalissimo's like pleasure cruiser?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
pleasure.
It could
Oh,
It's his,
be,
ple-
fantastic.
it's his pleasure cruiser. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he's going to be happy as Larry, and the Resistance are just going to laugh at it all day long. Not least because, did I mention, we don't actually have.
and we can get like 50
Laughs
of
in
them.
a
cheaply,
naval strike drone.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a shame. I think my proposal is going to be a bit harder to get past the Grand Admiral because he's still traumatized after I showed him all the cartoon women I drew on the side of his boats. So he's not happy about it.
Oh, I know what your one's gonna be.
Oh, I picked a great choice. You'll see mine.
I think I'm going to get through with flying colours.
I think history lives. I think he lives. This is
History
glorious.
lives. There's no question. History lives.
Yeah,
Chat
history
thinks
lives. I mean, chat thinks
Yeah.
history lives. We think history lives.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
should
got
live.
so many
Job's good.
RBU rockets, but I want to see what Rex.
The
Walk
democratic people
Don't.
of Elbonia have spoken. Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
you
Rex, let's do
didn't,
this.
did
Right.
you, Rex? You-
So,
oh no.
people of Elbonia, we are going on an expansionist policy, and we need cost-effective power projection.
Yes, we do.
And when it comes to cost-effective power projection, I present the Admiral Kuznetsov in all of its glory.
You live. I don't have to like. You live.
Yeah, he lives.
I
so we
mean-
don't have to worry about it.
I mean, need I say more? I mean, I will say more anyway.
That picture is the cleanest
it
that
is-
ship
it
has
is-
ever looked.
The Kuznetsov is no stranger to the international stage. She's big, she's bold, she has a reputation that precedes her, much like our own ambitions. Now, what makes the Kuznetsov stand out is her dual role as both an aircraft carrier and as a missile cruiser.
Yes,
Yes.
speaking missile
You know.
cruiser. Job's good, right?
In other words, she doesn't just launch aircraft. She also packs a punch with long range weapons. Of course, she has had her fair share of challenges. She's been known to keep her engineers somewhat on their toes, particularly when it comes to her engines. But let's be clear, this isn't just about building a ship for the future Elbonian Navy. This is about building a symbol. The Kuznetsov has been a symbol of Russian naval might, and with a few tweaks, she could become a greater symbol of Elbonian naval might, ingenuity, and resilience.
Okay.
I mean,
Imagine the impact of an Elbonian carrier sailing.
I can imagine the
I
impact
can't do
as
it. I can't
feels
read.
over.
No, what's fucking killing me? What's fucking killing me is you notice the conning tower and the augmented air control intercept radar has been charcoaled
Yeah.
by the fucking.
And
That's good.
they have
By the
made a sailor
utterly
climb up and
cooked
clean it.
engines.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, presumably the way you're going to present this to Generalissimo is you're going to tow it into harbour, or you're going to have him come visit it in dry dock. Because if this puppy starts up anywhere near him, he's going to look at it and go, "Are you trying to poison me?"
Well, it's not
I
stealth
think
because we can see
when
it
it
from...
comes to the when it comes to the big boy, static testing.
Portable smoke screen, yeah.
We'll just do a static test of the carrier.
Yeah.
We won't
Yeah.
put it, under pressure.
And are you going
can't-
to try and fly something off it?
No.
because,
but
like,
we-
Yeah, the Yak 38.
yeah, because it can go
Right,
up.
wait,
and down.
wait.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, wait,
Yeah,
hold
exactly.
on. No. Your choices on fighter are a little limited because we did pick these earlier. So
Oh.
you can either
What do we
try and
want?
fly a starfighter, the Taiwanese thing, the
You will not
Su-15, or an F-20,
Or a
MiG-23.
The
MiG-23.
MiG-23.
I think the 23 might have the
I
grunt.
would take the MiG-23. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
easily.
MiG-23 did have a
okay.
navalized version for the carrier they were going to build
It
in
did.
the 90s.
It did.
Yeah.
But they never built
Yeah,
it
there we go.
because
See, we're good.
USSR went away.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're okay.
You
I
know
think that
what?
will take off.
I think the funniest thing is, if I can give a really niche reference to everybody, Rex will probably get this. When you're flying around on a DCS training server, you can actually use the Kuznetsov as a TACAN, because you can see the
You
smoke
can.
column from like 50 miles away, and and on training servers they keep all the carriers together. So you look at the Kuznetsov smoke plume, and you're like, okay, if the Kuznetsov's there, then the Stennis or the Theodore Roosevelt will be about 1 or 2 miles to the right. So I can just aim at that.
Just follow the smoke column,
to-
basically.
So somebody in chat, Sandra,
spoke
has pointed
to
out
a-
in chat that we should put Rato on a starfighter and fly off the deck.
No, that'll work.
That's
Yes!
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
I had a.
Can
I
you
had a
imagine
chat
deck
with,
landing a starfighter?
Yep, sure. Not under control, but
You,
I can definitely put it down.
you can do it. You can do it, but go round, no. Like that's it. You're committed.
No.
It's like the
Yeah.
cut. It's
Once
like
you're in the cut,
you're in.
you are going
Deck
in.
landing
I
speed of 250 knots.
Yeah, it
I
was
had a
quite
chat with a Royal Navy officer once, and he actually genuinely said that whenever the Kuznetsov transited the channel, we didn't actually have to send out a ship because we could see it from land because of this. It's like we only sent out the ship optics, but honestly, we didn't need to with that one. We just saw where it was.
It was like watching the Grand Fleet from 1910 all over again.
Just sailing. I think Rex.
Oh look, the Kuznetsov is raising steam.
Sandra is pointing out that the
Alright,
starfighter
who's
does
next?
actually have a tailhook. Anyway, right, okay. Moving swiftly along then. So, who we got next? I think you easily survive that one.
Yeah,
right?
you live.
Resistance is gonna know
Yeah,
exactly
it's an
where the bad
aircraft.
guy is.
Thank you.
It's an aircraft
Yeah.
carrier battle cruiser. That's gonna sell, and the Resistance are just. The Resistance didn't show up to our. The Resistance didn't show up to our meeting because they're in hospital for like laugh-related injuries. They're just tackling themselves.
They're just busy getting themselves.
And it would give Generalissimo cancer.
They're getting dry dock
Yeah.
accredited so that they can do the decent thing and set fire to it in dry dock, which is all it will ever do.
All right.
Okay.
I think I've
Marky.
got. Although I think I've got it on lock, chat. You see, it's on sale at the moment because America has just decommissioned it. We're setting this in the early 2000s, so America has just started decommissioning it. I thought to
Oh, no.
myself,
Oh no.
we need something that's affordable. We need something that we can afford, but we also need something that can project power. Something that makes
Yeah.
a statement. Something that can fire missiles a long
Speaks of
way.
Albonia abroad.
Yeah, when this thing pulls into harbour, everyone will see it. They'll see the Elbonian flag painted proudly on the front of it, and they'll know that we have arrived. It has all the missiles. It has all the guns. It has phalanx. It has harpoons. It has all the modern accoutrements. Yet it is also probably the most inconvenient ship the US Navy ever built. Ladies, gentlemen, variations thereupon, I present to you the the ESS Elbonia Triumphant, or formerly the USS Long Beach. Now, okay,
You're dead. Executed.
its other name is the Cube.
There's a lot of clicking going on as they play with the Makarov in the background. Do carry on.
It is the Cube. Now,
Generalissimo is going to take one
time
look at that and go,
began.
what the fuck are you suggesting?
no, you see, Mr. Generalissimo, you look at the Cube. Look at that. You know what that is?
I am looking at the cube,
that
and
is
I
the
am loading my
mounting.
Makarov.
That is the mounting of the
It's free
most-
real estate.
That is the mounting for the most advanced air defense system of its era. Granted, that air defense system was from 1970, but it has a full
You're
load.
still dead.
It has a full load of 5-inch guns. It's got 2 in the broadside there, with maximum capability. It has Talon anti-air missiles. It has Sea
I'm just going to point out, the gun that you recommended to me that had wheels on it, which goes on land, was nearly 4 times the size of the 5-inch guns you're telling me are good.
Yes. But you see, these guns are naval guns, and they are augmented by the missile launching
Where's your
system.
family?
But you want to know
This
what
is
else?
what Jeremy
you want-
Clarkson would make if he was told to make a boat.
Now, here is the biggest selling point. This baby is nuclear powered.
Okay. Speak to me more.
This has
An RBMK reactor.
it's got an American nuclear reactor, 2 of them in fact, 1 for each screw.
2 of them?
It has 2 reactors,
What?
1 for each screw.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
does.
And
Wow.
that nuclear reactor also
Yes.
powers the air defense system. So it had, for the time, Aegis is what replaced this, but for a time...
I hate to tell you this, the chat at the moment is overwhelmingly putting you to death.
No! You can't shoot me!
We
This
still
is
have-
I'm very
majestic!
sorry.
This is majestic!
I'm really sorry.
What are you
Chat
talking
has
about?
spoken. They've shot you in the goddamn face, and frankly, so have I.
Oh, God
I
damn
like
it.
how somebody just said a CQ, but I'm just like, all hail the CQ.
All
taking
hail.
turns shooting your corpse.
Look at the cube, but it's the cube. The USS Long Beach. You want to know what's the greatest thing about this ship, though? This ship was built for the nuclear navy, but it was one of the rejects from the Task Force 58 building project. So that is actually a World War II cruiser hull that they just decided
Wow.
to strap
Yep.
everything they could possibly
Slap
get
some shit on it.
and
Yeah.
get it, and that's why the air
The thing
defense
is,
is there for it.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the Generalissimo's he's not going to take that. You're dead.
but they built a nuclear cruiser just after this, the Virginias, and they look phenomenal. And then
Yep.
they got that.
I knew I had to get one death in there because, but it's the cube. I love the Long Beach. It looks so great. What are you talking
All right,
about?
Optimus Prime, put it
Give
down.
me the cube.
All right.
The Borg.
Okay. So in order to I'm just going to wipe the blood off there. Everybody, we've discussed that really the Elbonian Navy is a bit of a, it's a bit of a,
Hypothetical.
it's a hypothetical. It's a little bit of a project that we might have to worry about at some point in the future. Honestly, are we going to have like a big blue water navy? Probably not, but we do want to be able to destroy enemy ships. And there's an old saying in the Navy, there are two kinds of ships in this world. There are submarines and there are targets. And therefore, we need a submarine. And who makes the best submarines in the world? Well, it's obviously the Germans. Specifically the Germans of World War II. This is the U-1407. This is a experimental Type 17 submarine, which we could make very easily because it's essentially made of tin can and hope. But we can make it very straightforward. The best thing about the 1407 is its engine, its power plant. Because what is the one thing that no one expects underwater? You're quite right. It's a rocket-powered submarine. This is the hydrogen peroxide powered Type 17 that used a Vultha engine, also seen on the ME-163, but this time contained in a high-pressure vessel, so it goes faster underwater. And, I mean, what's not to like? It's got a crew of
Definitely
10.
presents no safety risks.
No safety risks whatsoever. And everybody knows that hydrogen peroxide, because like people say, well, you should go for the Explorer class, which is the US version of the hydrogen peroxide engine. But two issues with that. One is it was well expensive, and the other is it doesn't actually have a rocket on board. It uses a slightly different engine type, which this basically just takes the Valther engine and puts it underwater. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pee because my official position is shoot him.
Shoot him. Absolutely shoot him.
Genius.
You can't shoot me.
Look,
for this.
listen, hydrogen peroxide and human flesh is a wonderful combination.
Yes, Generalissimo.
For the resistance.
The resistance. They're going to love it.
The resistance. However, Generalissimo is going to look at this and go, not big enough. We're Big Boomer. Shoot him.
What?
No. The Generalissimo is going to go rocket-powered submarine. Sign me up.
Help me. Save me.
Yeah, but
Put
it's not
one in.
big enough.
Put one in. Right? Save
I'm
me.
seeing more
Exactly.
ones than
Execute.
twos currently.
Nah, execute him. Number 2. It's not big enough.
Launch
Generalissimo wants
V2s
more
from that
power.
baby and you got a deal. Okay, can it launch V2s?
No. There's no way. It's smaller than a V2. It's not going to work.
What if we give you one of your, like, the skull star things like I got?
Yeah. I think. Oh, wow.
Or
But you
3
would just
times
blow your
2?
kneecap for this.
I think Chad is on my side. Maybe I'm seeing patterns where I
Chat
should
can
be.
be
I'm seeing more ones. I'm actually seeing more ones.
Yeah, I think I survived, baby.
He's
It's a
wrong.
rocket powered submarine. What's not to like?
many things. I think you need to have
Many,
one
yeah,
kneecap at least
many,
blown out.
many
Oh,
things.
fine. Okay, fine. You're bastards if I care. Right, here's what it is.
We've
God,
settled on blowing up one of his kneecaps for this.
I hate you. Right. Swear to God, you've got no imagination at all, Generalissimo. Please don't prove me wrong with that hydrogen peroxide.
All right, now chat gets to pick a boat, I think, now.
All right, yeah, hang on.
Yep,
Oh.
chat's turn to pick a naval vessel.
I can't believe I'm about to win the Order of the Golden Mackerel. This is not cool. Let me switch. Right, wipe the blood away and have a look at the scoreboard. Right, chat. Come on then. I know you did try and support me there, despite these bastards killing me anyway. So,
Oh, the tactical nuclear-powered diesel ballistic submarine, the North Korean one. Yep, chat lives. Chat absolutely
well,
lives.
the other one they're suggesting is the I-400, which is just... it's the
Oh, we've
underwater
also got the
aircraft carrier.
I-400, we got the I-400,
They're
I-400, I-400,
They're dead if
I-400,
they pick
I-400.
I-400. They're
No
dead.
way, it's
That's
awesome.
a lot of I-400s.
It's fucking
So
wicked.
fucking
It's stupid, but the General is going to look at that and go, you're going to tell me you can put an aircraft carrier underwater?
Yeah.
Which
Underwater
dickhead
aircraft
recommended
carrier.
Connect of?
I don't want an
Until he
aircraft carrier.
sees the
Chat
fucking anime
lives.
titty. Until he sees the anime titty girl that fucking
Yeah.
Hack puts on the side of it.
I mean, look, it's a completely dumb idea. It's never going
I
to
have
fucking
an
work.
I have an
but-
entire anime. I have an entire anime that has the I-400 as a character. So yeah, I can do that for you if you want.
Yeah.
All right, fine, chat lives.
Chat,
I mean,
chat's
I want chat to
definitely
live for the.
I can
North
hear
Korean
I can hear
region.
Drakinifel having a mild aneurysm from here.
Draki's going to throw us off of a fucking bridge after this. Okay, all right. So, last one is the wild card. This can be anything you like. Anything
Oh,
you
here we
like
go.
that you
Okay,
think
here's
is
some
going
special
to make
I've
the
been
general,
waiting for
the
this.
generalism excited about your plans for the future. I will
Okay.
point out this is an important decision that you need to make carefully, because if this goes wrong, might not be good for you. All right. So, glory to Elbonia.
So,
Glory to Albernia.
There are two thought
Glory to
processes here.
Albania.
One, we need something to make the Generalissimo happy and excitable and moist and semi-hard and in a good
Yep.
mood. But we also need something to benefit the resistance, something that will get the resistance help from the outside,
Right.
something that will get the Americans involved to arm them with new weapons. And I present to you the surefire way to at least get a little bit of Western support. We're going to give the Generalissimo white phosphorus.
Oh no.
Mm.
That's going to be a hard sell to the resistance.
That's gonna be a
No,
hard
it's not,
sell.
because
I'm going to say there's a guerrilla band getting their bandanas on and painting themselves in makeup right now to come to your house.
I mean, 10 out of 10 for
we
the
get
memes.
it. We get
'cause,
it provided.
I
We
mean,
get it provided.
I appreciate shake
from a
and
fun
bake.
person.
Okay.
We get
go
it
on.
provided from the
Go on.
White House directly, right? Under the promise that if he uses it to the resistance, that the West will intervene.
Right.
Therefore, it's effectively a gun to the head.
Because never in the whole history of Western diplomacy have we ever supplied weapons to a
There
bad
are
guy.
so many twos
And
in
then-
chat.
And then promise that we're going to intervene if they get used, and when they get used, go, oh my god, where did they get the gas bombs from?
Ooh.
to quote Emmanuel Macron, you all do not understand my thought process.
No, you're right.
Nah,
My thoughts are beyond your unreason.
Nah, you're dead.
you're
Yeah, I
dead.
think you're dying.
The
You're dead.
resistance will
You're
be dead,
dead.
and everyone in chat wants you
I'm going
dead.
out memorable. I'm going out remembered.
White phosphorus.
You will go out as one of the Generalissimos chosen, but you will be going out with a resistance bullet in your skull.
I mean, that
And then
was
one day they
Oh,
will write
dude.
that the White Phosphorus brought the West to help.
it's sort of Iran-Contra, but gone horribly, horribly wrong.
I had to
Right.
go for it. I saw the opportunity.
Mate, sometimes if you don't see the gap, you're not a racing driver anymore. Good. All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, Ayrton
Cool.
Senna.
Thank you, Ayrton. Right. All right. Rex, bruv.
Okay, I need to put several images in
Hang
the
on.
presentation
Just
to
a
make
second.
this.
Just quickly. Sorry. Well,
Oh.
there we go. All right, we'll go back again.
Okay, so I am presenting a project that I call Red Phoenix.
Oh,
I'm going to put 3 images in chat.
Right.
So the first image is a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
Yeah.
cannon
The
from the
second image-
MiG-27?
The second image is a Bolt and Pull Defiant. And the third image is the jet engine that was featured in the MiG-29. Now, what I'm representing is the Bolt and Pull Defiant modernization program, aka the Red Phoenix. Okay? So the objective is to transform the Bolt and Pull Defiant, a relic of World War II, into a modern-day interdiction machine.
There is one immediate hitch which crosses my mind, which is that engine is literally 2/3 the length of the Bolt and Pull.
Oh,
So
you
the
see, we
gunner
have
is
this
gonna be-
wonderful thing. We have this wonderful thing, okay, where we take blueprints, we put it through the photocopier, and we increase it by 30 or 40%.
Okay, so you
And
like
then
a really
everything
long
lines
one.
up.
Hang on. Wait, hang on. I just let me help you because I think it's important that the good fine people on the stream get an understanding of what's going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, right, and then we're just going to embiggen it. So it'll look more like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's going to have, a turbojet engine that produces, around 18,000 pounds of
Sort of
thrust,
here-ish.
thereabouts. Yeah.
Something like that.
Which will propel the World War II era Defiant to speeds never before imagined for this airframe.
True.
The
Very true.
engine will be mounted to the rear and slightly beneath the aircraft in place of the original engine and propeller. And in place of the original engine and propeller, we'll have an advanced radar system, right, for night fighter interdiction missions.
Right.
What about the rear turret?
To complement it, yes, exactly. To complement its new high-speed capabilities, the Defiant will have its 303 caliber rifle replaced with a dual GSH 30mm cannons. These cannons, also used in Soviet aircraft like the MiG-29 or the Su-27, will provide devastating firepower against both air and ground targets if the pilot decides to invert the airframe for low-level strikes.
The world's first inverted jet-powered ground attack aircraft. I mean,
I'm not done.
oh, it's genius. I mean, 9 out of 10 for innovation.
Chat has declared. Chat has said two things. First, that isn't this basically an IL-28, and yes. Second,
Does the IL-28 attack upside down? I don't think so.
Also, to complement the upgraded systems, the cockpit will of course have upgraded controls, avionics,
fly-by-wire.
etc.
Yes.
No, we don't trust that. That is a Western capitalist invention that will have no place
hang
in
on,
the
but-
glorious.
There will definitely be wires.
Oh, there'll be wires. Yes.
That's what connects the
Yes.
joystick control surfaces. I mean, look, I guess I have a couple of crucial questions that chat have asked. I mean, crucially and most importantly, as everybody knows, for any procurement officer and any Air Force worth its salt, can it dive bomb?
Yes. It will dive bomb close to critical max speeds so that the enemy will see the bomb before they hear it.
Okay. Presumably with some kind of Jericho siren on the bottom to help.
Yes. Oh, can you imagine like a Mach 0.9 Jericho siren? Oh.
Benny Hill theme.
Yeah.
Fly by luck. I love that. I love that comment. Fly by luck. It isn't fly by wire. It's fly by luck.
This is truly the aero Gavin of the aero world. Yeah.
A jet-powered, cannon-armed Bolt and Pull Defiant. What could you possibly want?
he
more?
lives. He lives.
Is Bolton Paul going to manufacture this?
No, so we acquired the original blueprints under license, and considering the modern era, we're going to be probably subcontracting through BAE.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely going to work then. It's very hard to see how this
exactly.
could go wrong.
And it's not even.
And also Marconi are going to work on the electronics, and we know that BAE
perfect.
and Marconi got on famously well
Famously well.
together.
With
So
Italian-
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and
just don't look at the Nimrod.
yeah.
You know, you're fine.
I can't quite believe I'm going to say this, but the Bolton Paul Defiant
Modernization program wins.
doesn't get you killed.
The Red Phoenix rises. Yes.
So the Defiant 2, what would what we call
Defiant 2 Electric
Even more
Boogaloo.
the
Defiant.
Defiant 2 Electric Boogaloo or the Bolt and Pull Obstinate?
Yes.
I'm just going to
Could
put it
it drop
into,
my white phosphorus?
I'm gonna
Chat
put this
Goring's Bane.
into the attack position. There we are.
Chat wins. Like chat agrees.
Yeah.
This is a survive.
Okay.
You survived with the Bolt and Pull Defiant. You mad lad.
God fucking knows how you
Yes.
did that,
Oh,
Rex.
dude.
That is evidence of a man who
My
knows his
favorite
aviation.
interwar aircraft has returned with a vengeance. Yes.
I really need to.
Okay.
I really need to get you a copy of Eagle Data Bombing the Reich if you don't have it there, Rex.
Oh, it's somewhere, but I'll happily take a second copy if you got it.
Because, like, you know,
Right, okay.
Fighter Commands, Bolt and Pull, Defiant Interceptors, truly a machine.
Marky, it is your go, my friend, for your wild card, your last suggestion in this ridiculous stream of stuff. And if you can do better than the Bolt and Pull Defiant, I'd be impressed.
Oh shit! I deleted the thing. There we go.
Oh no! What have you done? Right, there we are. Put
Nope.
it back again. Well done.
I got Control Z as your friend, chaps. Now, chat has been asking for it. Chat knew it was coming, and I'm glad to say I delivered. My wildcard entry is the only appropriate wildcard entry. You're probably going to guess it in chat. You know it. You love it. We need an infantry weapon for the modern age. We need the greatest fire support weapon ever made.
Not the Aerogavin, and Trekkie, who asked earlier, it's not the Aerogavin drop from the Spruce Goose, although I like the idea.
No, it is. It is the finest
Mace
weapon
Windu.
system ever made. Come on, chat. It's not the Aerogavin. You've got to know what it is. You've been asking for it. You've been begging for it. You've been needing
Oh god,
for it.
is it the baby nuke?
It's
Ladies and gentlemen,
the man with the silly hat.
it is. That's the cube. No, it is
Not it. Not it.
the Davy Crockett man
Hey,
portable thermonuclear weapon system.
Yes.
Yeah, the Davy
Now-
Crockett, baby.
Now,
Oh, look at that.
the Resistance will like this for one very simple reason. Could you imagine? The combat utility of this weapon system, as we know, was terrible. It had a long setup time. They had to strap it onto the back of Jeeps, and it was a bitch to aim, and they couldn't work it. But it's a portable nuke, so Generalissimo will go, yeah. But the other thing is...
Generalissimo's going to buy that every day.
But the other thing is this. Say this. It's the start of the revolution. The night has come.
Mhm.
And the resistance fighters storm the Elbonian barracks in our grand capital of ELBONIA, which is where we get our name from. And they take the National Guard armory, and suddenly the resistance is armed with nuclear weapons. Not only
That's a strong statement.
not only
It's a
does
strong-
this get us the Generalissimo, this also in effect arms the resistance with nuclear weapons, because every single rifle squad will have one of these in the back of their fucking truck, right? And so,
Hey, I nearly gave them white phosphorus.
no, forget white phosphorus, man. Portable nuclear weapon. Look at this. Could you imagine the resistance roll up on their technical and you see them strap this on the front? Like, they roll up to El Presidente's palace during the Great Siege of the Revolution, and El Presidente looks out the window and they see the technical. They see the Toyota Hilux roll up, and then they just see them mounting this thing into the back of the technical. Like, Davy Crockett Hilux Technicals, chat. Come on. Come on.
It's hard to argue with.
Thank you for the new shoes.
Is the Generalissimo stupid enough to buy it, do we think? Because, I mean, it's a fucking stupid weapon. You are going to
Absolutely.
blow
He's
yourself
stupid
to
enough
shit
to do
with
it.
this
It's
thing.
filthy capitalist.
I mean, I know he's a moron, but good God, really? Do we think?
Hang on. Why do we ask the greatest mind of our time, ChatGPT?
Okay, is the Generalissimo dumb enough to buy this stupid weapon?
Well,
Hang on, is the-
well, chat has unanimously decided that I've lived, apparently. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, we-
The Toyota Hilux.
Directly.
The Toyota Hilux with the Davy Crockett technical. But I want to hear what ChatGPT says about.
Okay, hang on. So, here we go. The Generalissimo, while ambitious and driven by a desire to elevate Elbonia to greatness, might not be the most discerning when it comes to practical military technology. Given his enthusiasm for bold, powerful symbols of Elbonian might, often prioritizing grandeur over practicality, it's entirely possible that he could be swayed by the dramatic appeal of the Davy Crockett mini nuke. How he might be convinced is the small but mighty appeal, the symbol of technological ingenuity, the deterrence and intimidation factor, and the nostalgia and historical prestige.
I mean, okay.
Both
I
chat
think
and
He might be swayed.
both
I think
chat
chat and GTP
ChatGPT.
say you live,
I live.
and
You live.
I can't go against that really. So
Davy Crockett plus Hilux is cheating. That's 2 super weapons. Yeah, no, he
yeah, you
wins.
can't do
yeah,
that. I mean,
yeah.
that's just silly.
Like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that,
like
but I'm not. I'm,
world
that's not what I'm
domination.
arguing. That's not what I'm
No,
arguing.
but that's what chat's arguing for. And all right, fine.
No, you see,
Marky, I think
what the resistance
Resistance
does.
is
What
happy
will the
with you.
resistance think, though? What will
well,
the resistance think?
the resistance are going to think we can nick those in about 30 seconds, which is probably true. And suddenly we have a nuclear civil war on our hands.
It's like, oh, I'll have that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, goody.
You know, he nicked with Davy Crockett in the back of a Tesco's car park. You know.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, all right, fine. Look, you live. That's very boring. So look, lots of people in the chat have been calling for this, which I was keen on up to a point. This is a thing called the Blue Peacock, for those that are not familiar. So this is, I hasten to add, not my actual choice, but this was a British plan to put a nuclear mine into the ground, which they were going to test in Sevenoaks in Kent. The brilliance of this is it's a stay-behind mine, so you bury it in the ground. You can see it's quite big, right? You bury it in the ground, and then the chickens there, they provide warmth, and when they die of starvation, it explodes. What's not to like, right? But it's a bit nuclear, it's a bit destructive, it's not really my thing. If you really want it, we're going to fight some wars against, I mean, we're going to upset every single one of our neighbours, obviously. Our wars of expansion are going to be a real problem. So what we need is some quality commanders. And who could be a better commander than one of the very commanders of the Battle of Britain? So I am going to resurrect Trafford Lee Mallory and put him in charge of our armed forces. This man, Generalissimo, has won more medals than almost anybody else in the RAF. He learned to fly in 1916, so he knows what he's doing. He can really fly a plane.
Train named after him.
He has a train named after him. He has many things named after him. He's a hero of the Battle of Britain. And the resistance ain't going to shoot me because this is the man that's going to kill the entire Air Force because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, no.
And hey, Thrasher has a great shirt about him too.
And funny enough, I do actually have a shirt that you can buy on my YouTube channel with this man's, with a memorial to this man's great endeavours in the Alps.
I think you're advertising his his side hustle away from the Air Force.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually advertising the fact that he forced the pilot to take off in November 1944 into adverse wind conditions when the pilot explicitly told him that would be a bad idea over the Alps, and bizarrely died as a result. But if you are so curious, I probably have a thing that you could do. So, I mean, I think, broadly speaking, hang on, where are we? Just a sec. I've got a thing here. Just a moment.
I'll be honest with you, Thrasher. It looks like chat wants to kill you.
What?
Chat.
Yeah,
Look, there you are.
I absolutely bought one. It will be arriving soon. I can't wait.
I'm waiting for the next YouTube paycheck to get a mug.
They are very nice mugs, I assure you. They do take a while to ship, but they're all right. So look, Trafford Lee Mallory is my wildcard pick. We're going to resurrect him, we're going to bring him back to life, and we're going to give him control of the Ebonian Armed Forces.
You know what? I think chat says you're going to live.
I think I'm just
there's more ones. There's more ones.
We're close.
Now you're living.
Okay.
He lives.
There you go. Happy days.
Happy
days. Well, we'll just grab Trafford. Hang on. Right. We'll just go to let's see how we're doing on our laser display board. Right. So person we're missing, of course, is chat. So what are you guys going to recommend as the wild card? And you can't have the Davy Crockett, which everybody's been suggesting for a while.
I knew I had that one on lock when they started when they
There were some pretty
to-
actually interesting suggestions in the comments of your YouTube video actually when you posted the announcement.
There were some good ones. There were some great
I
ones.
read through and I was like, oh, you know what? Yes, they would be good for Albonia.
Nuclear train, grenade launcher, aerogavin. I mean, they keep saying aerogavin, which let's execute them, please.
Yes, I mean,
Platypus.
seriously, the Aerogavin is not getting you. Lots of people recommending Griffins, which I think, and Vigans, which I thought was
A Cranogavin.
Oh, well, actually, that is fair. Actually, the most recommended thing by a country mile was the Ekranoplan in my comments.
Yeah.
And you know what? Ekranoplan, hard to fault in a muddy country.
Not to mention that the Aerogavin they're recommending is the model that was designed by our chief technicians over on Laserpig's channel. Laserpig himself and Falcon, chief of our technical development department, and they both worked very hard on the Aerogavin, so I don't know. Like it has a strawberry daiquiri vending machine. It has a stripper pole in the rear for...
It does, and a pool. Yeah. It's nice. It's going. Yeah, look, the Ekranogavin. Somebody's.
Yeah, the Ekranogavin. A ground effect Gavin. I think Chad lives. Ground effect Gavin.
Finally, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Genius. Fine. I can't. No, absolutely. I'm not killing Chat. The Ekranogavin.
What are your sources for the effectiveness of this Gavin? My sources, I made it the fuck up.
my sources catch up.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that and all others therein.
Hang on, who wins the Gold Makarov? Is it a tie
the Golden
between
Makarov?
Chat and Histoviv?
I think History of Everything and Chat both win the Golden Makarov, but
No.
But
I think
History of Everything
I've got a half a death.
He's got a half.
Oh yeah, no, History of Everything wins.
He wins by a firstborn child.
Yep.
Thank you.
History of Everything.
History of Everything is the owner of the Golden Makarov. Congratulations to you, sir. You go home with that lovely bullet in the back of the brain.
And
no
me and
new
Animark are tied for the least firing squads.
So how do we settle the victory?
Well, between the two of you. Okay.
How do we settle
All right. Okay. Well, you've got a minute to find a weapon, a picture, and turn it into a PNG and get it up onto the screen of the thing you think the Generalissimo is missing from his armory. Go.
On that, while you're doing that, I actually have to go at
No worries.
a 3.5 hour drive at 9 a.m. in the morning, and it's almost 1. So
Okay,
we'll catch
no
you
worries.
later.
Catch you later, bud.
But thank you, man.
Here we go.
I will
Mine's
go,
easy.
try and
Mine's
fix my
easy. I
kneecaps.
know what I'm gonna pick. Is that it? No, that's not gonna work.
Rex, have you got a choice? Are you working on it?
Yep, hang on.
Time difference between the two of you is a critical factor, I will point out.
Yeah, hang on. Here we go. Copy image. Albonia. Alright, let's get rid of this stupid man. I present the bazooka-armed Avrokar
Hang on.
as an infantry support weapon.
Oh, sir. Oh, sir, look at that.
It's
Not only does it have excellent infantry support role, but like from a psychological and propaganda perspective,
I mean,
like a recoilless rifle armed flying saucer.
flying saucer. I mean, wow. Ooh, that's strong. That's strong. Anamaki, have you got a counter punch, or are you
And
surrendering?
I happen to have the blueprints from, like, you know, the test models and everything of the Avrokar
Okay,
in my
well, I
giant
tried to-
PDF drive, so...
I tried to make a PNG of it. Chat already knows my answer because I accidentally had it up on my main screen. But in competing with the flying saucer, may I present to you the Alpha class nuclear attack submarine. Now,
Ooh.
now here's the
Sir.
thing. Now here's the thing with the Alpha class. It's actually very good, but the Resistance won't have to worry about it because it's a submarine, and
Yeah, they're not. If they're underwater, we've got, like, what the hell?
what's better is it's an attack submarine, which means it can't actually fire land attack munitions, which means the resistance doesn't have to worry about it. So it's only useful against Elbonia's enemies. Number 1.
Don't know, chat. This is a hard call. What are we going to go
Number
for?
2,
Go
but
flying saucer.
you're missing the best part. It is also the fastest production submarine ever made. It's made entirely out of titanium, and its reactor is a lead bismuth molten lead bismuth reactor.
Yeah, it's one of those special ones.
But I had the blueprints to the ramjet powered flying saucer.
A flying saucer is, at the end of the day, a flying fucking saucer with guns on it. I mean,
Okay, all right. Can we have 1 for flying saucer, 2 for the Alpha class submarine? Let's go.
come on, let's go, chat. Let's have.
Come on, the Alpha.
let's have
Come
this
on,
out.
the Alpha. Let's go.
Come on, saucer. Come on.
Flying saucers. It's tempting, and yet at the same time,
Let's-
who doesn't like
oh.
molten lead reactors? I mean, no one likes molten lead.
I'm curious to see. Oh,
Oh, it looks
Oh.
like.
oh,
Ooh.
What do you reckon, boys?
goodness!
It looks like
I think
it
the
might-
Alpha's going to win.
I think it might be the Alpha.
I think the Alpha's
Word.
going to win. God
Don't-
damn!
Don't just be
Wow.
biased because you're my audience.
That's just
Okay,
Well, that's a
all
level
right.
of-
The only
I'm-
way we're going to be able to call it, if you think the Alpha wins, type Alpha. If you think the Saucer wins, type Saucer. Go.
Go.
Come on, chat. I'm relying on you. Don't be biased, though.
Oh, here we go. There's so many. No, I've lost.
I think,
I've
unfortunately,
lost.
you've lost, bud. I hate to say it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
you
nah.
never know. You never know.
Overwhelming. Oh.
I am disappointed in the level of autism in amongst your audience.
Alpha,
Uh,
Alpha. Yeah,
yeah.
Let's
nah,
go!
look at it.
Sorry. There we
Alpha
go.
was-
Also, like the Alpha is more practical. Like as a weapon of war, it is a lot more practical. I will admit. So
There's blood all over these walls.
I have been shot.
Victory
by,
is
did the
mine.
Generalissimo shoot me, or did the Resistance shoot me?
I think they probably both did. I think they might have got together and just gone, let's
They
put
took
him out of his
turns.
misery.
Victory is mine! I win! Behold! Glory! I wasn't expecting it, honestly, to be honest with you. I thought
I'll be honest.
the
I
Flying
wasn't thinking
Saucer
of
was
it
going to
either.
take it.
I mean, it was a strong choice. Well, look, I think I'm going to have to go in a moment. And yeah, I think we had a few technical hitches at the start there. Anamaki, thank you for taking over. I have no idea why I'm wrong. I'm never live streaming again in my life.
What I'm going to have to do
That was
is I'm
great.
going to have to edit this. stream. I'm gonna have
I'll
to edit this
volunteer
stream.
next time because I've been meaning to do live streams for a while, so I'll volunteer for the next one. So
All right.
What I'm going to have to do is I'm
That
going to
can
have
be-
to
that can be my live stream debut.
I'm going to have to private the VOD because I had sensitive information up at the start there, and I'm also going to have
That's
to download your copy of the VOD if you've got it there, and I will edit together the results from your glorious intro, and then I'll edit it together and we'll see how it works. I think.
I mean, yeah, if it plays
Sounds
back,
like a
it plays
plan.
back. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Otherwise, it just tells people not to make sure they turn up live for these things,
Yep.
as all
Yes.
these good folk did. All right, thank you very much. I will
Right,
catch
chaps.
you all on the other side.
Remember to
And
subscribe
thank you to everyone in the audience for
Thank you, chat.
joining. That was stupidly fun. Let's do that again.
Let's do that again.